Alright, how's everyone doing? Doing good? I'm doing pretty good. I just took a look at Twitter and first thing I see is official confirmation from the Arc System Works Twitter that the English voice cast will be in the beta test. Coming up in May for Guilty Gear Xrd, so that's pretty cool. It is, huh? That's right. Shut up, Leo. I'm talking to the people now. You had your time. Right. I forgot Guilty Gear was kind of quiet. And Leo music kind of loud. Hello, hello. So yeah, we'll be getting our first taste of the English voice cast for Guilty Gear Xrd in May with the beta, it looks like. Yeah. Very, very good. So, without further ado, let me just quiet Leo's theme here and get us started. That's louder, Leo. You don't want to be louder. Alright, I'm just jumping right into it. I did a little off-screen grinding. Not that that matters at all. I played through a couple arcade modes on my own time. It seems like the Sol, Kai, and Sin arcade mode, they're all basically the same, which makes sense because they're all in the same place. The only other plot point we didn't get to yesterday, which was kind of important, is May is referred to as, I think, a disease by Ramlethal, and that has story implications for reasons that we will soon discover. Oh man. Alright. Oh, I've already watched the story mode on this version. Well, that's no problem. Let's get started. Jumping right into it with both feet.
It's time. Are you prepared?
All aspects of our plans are proceeding accordingly. Now all we can do is wait.
No, I meant are you prepared mentally?
Mentally?
Just right into conspiracy at the beginning.
You were the last person I ever expected to hear that from.
Damn.
True. I do not understand the human mind well. However, if you are having second thoughts, that would be a problem.
You needn't waste your time worrying. In fact, I would think you might be having issues with mental preparedness.
We Valentines have no emotion.
Quit bagging
We
on
do
her
not
mental
seek
state.
meaning in our actions,
Jeez, guys.
or even to understand them. We do what must be done, as anyone would desire of a cog in a larger machine.
The same cannot be said for your sister, though, I think.
Hey, thanks for the follow.
Why?
Welcome.
That was Mother's idea. It is not my business to ask why.
But who is Mother?
Indeed. And it
Mother.
would be a problem for us should there be a similarly weak link in this plan. We have invested a great deal. It must succeed.
She was faulty and could not fulfill her duty. She does not possess sufficient information to sabotage this operation, regardless
That's not
of her
the other
failings.
Valentine we know. Who could they be talking about?
I definitely hope that is the truth.
I confess, I still have doubts. The projected casualty count alone.
This again? We have all agreed, if we miss this opportunity, who
These
knows
guys have
when the
big
next might be
Sele
upon
energy.
us. Assuming the world can last that long, I fear we do not have the time required to make humankind understand why this is necessary.
I understand. We exist because of what we intend to do today.
Quit talking around it. Just say what you're gonna do.
And we must act before that man has an opportunity to undermine us.
Are you done?
Yes. As for you, Ramlethal, are you certain you can defeat Soul Bad Guy?
That man.
I am only a pawn in a much larger scheme. I don't need to defeat him. Activating the cradle is our common goal, and that's all I need to do.
I feel like that's a very Japanese trope. That
Very well,
man.
then. Let's begin. The Last Dawn.
That's a cool name, Cronus. Very ominous. So it's worth pointing out that Ram said Valentine's can't disobey Mother, but at the end of Guilty Gear 2, original Valentine was like, man, fuck what Mother wants. I just want to kill Saul. If you remember. And if you don't, that's what I'm here for. Hey, I remember this cutscene. Stock scream effects.
What's happening?
Still don't know the cause, sir, but we're getting readings from the center of Babylon showing strong vibration and shockwaves.
Is it Ramlethal?
Sonar results are in. We've located a very large object. It seems to be the source of the vibration and shockwaves, sir.
But can you tell me what the hell it is?
Matter analysis can't keep up, sir, and all our local contacts aren't responding.
Son of a bitch. Send in search and rescue, now!
Right away.
Get me that damn damage report! We need to get evac notices to all nearby cities. I want national leaders online now. We'll need to cooperate on this one.
Yes, sir. The press line won't stop ringing, sir.
Later, let the 3rd Division handle it.
The crisp sound effect.
Transmission from His Majesty.
Put it through.
Yes, sir.
Leo! Kai, what the hell is going on in Babylon? Does it have anything to do with Japan?
It
Most
might.
likely, yes. We're still trying to determine how to deal with all of this. But the situation is bad. I'm going to need your approval.
What? The hell do you need me to approve?
I'm going to release Elfeld. Temporarily.
Telfeld.
Have you lost your goddamn mind? You know I can't sign off on that. Especially with what's just happened.
No. This is exactly why we must release her. We must subdue Ramlethal and take her into custody to control this situation. To do that, we need Elfeld.
Did
Gotta
she
love the
suggest
aggressive
that?
sound effects, though.
No, I can't. What if this only makes it worse? She can't be trusted. What if she's just stringing you along?
Go over his head, Kai.
I thought as much. Then I've no choice but to act on my own.
So they're both kings of Illyria. There are 3 kings of Illyria.
Bambino.
Sir!
Bambino. That's his nickname for Kai.
Initiating biosecurity scan. Identity confirmed as Kai Kiss, King of Illyria. Executing contingency 8. Releasing level 2 restrictions.
Elfeld, can you hear me?
Yes?
Everything you predicted has taken place, just as you said it would. What I'm about to propose may seem too convenient.
He was only asking to be polite.
You needn't worry. I knew this would happen as well.
Can you stop her?
My sister and I possess the same control restraints. I will stop her.
Final bombs deactivated. Alpha Sign is now detected.
Here she is. Taking off her Oculus Rift.
I hope my dress doesn't get too dirty.
I think that's the same as her actual fight intro in this game.
Our plan has proven successful, Soul Bad Guy. However, I've determined that you may.
And this is the end of Soul's
eventually
arcade
become
mode right here.
You spell trouble for my mother. That's bad. Die!
Old man!
Shit.
Shit.
Huh? Why? Elle?
What? Thank goodness. We got
Yep,
her
there's
here
the
in
choke
time.
slam.
I'm not saying it again. Whatever's going on at Babylon, stop it now!
Impossible. I couldn't even if I wanted to. No one can stop it. Not me, not you.
Huh. Well, don't see much point to you then.
Soul, wait. We're taking Ramlethal into custody. We have far too little information about the situation. This is the wisest course of action.
Don't listen, Saul. She's gonna be too popular in Strive. You have to get rid of her now. Oh, meaningful glance. I'm sure Babylon's fine. Although this is exactly the kind of thing that lowers real estate costs. See, it's just snowing. It's fine. They brought Christmas early. All right.
We're losing the target. It disappeared.
Disappeared?
Sir, we're not getting anything
it's
on
white
sonar
chlorination
or on
syndrome.
the residual magic scanner. I can't see anything.
What the hell could make something that huge disappear?
Please look forward
But
to the Guilty Gears
what should we
Raid
do?
series in FF14.
We can't let people panic. Remind all divisions to
Yoshi,
maintain
please.
total media blackout. Activate the military and local law enforcement. We need patrols running 24/7.
I know.
Understood.
I wish to.
Damn it, we don't have time to wait. Send all of the intel we've got to the Department of Defense for analysis. The Royal University, too.
Sir,
What's the status on those hotlines?
They're all connected.
The lines are still hot, Leo.
Patch them through. I'm heading in for a meeting.
Wait, hold on. We're receiving a transmission from His Majesty. He's saying they've captured Ramlethal.
What? Are you
That
sure?
son of a bitch
I'll
did
put him
it.
on.
Before you do that, make sure you tell him he's a son of a bitch.
Right. See, Leo and I are on the same page.
Hey,
Leo's great.
have you ever wondered what it's like to be a bird?
What? No.
Who are these people?
Really? Not even once?
What's the point? The human mind is so different from a bird's we couldn't even comprehend the reality anyway. Come on, you're an adult. Act like it.
Wow.
Oh, what? You don't have dreams?
I guess it would be cool to be able to fly.
That's the same thing.
No, it's not. You don't have to be a bird to fly.
Ah, that's not what I meant.
Yeah, you could be a bat.
Right then. You ever thought about becoming a cockroach?
Ugh, definitely not.
Why not?
Because they're creepy?
You sure? You never know. You might enjoy it.
You've got to be kidding me.
None of the socio-political bullshit. No real natural enemies. Plus, you're next to impossible to kill.
Soul with a much less gravelly
Doesn't that
voice.
sound like a pretty nice life?
But you'd be gross.
I doubt the roaches think they're gross.
Well, true. I guess they probably don't.
No guessing about it. Why would they? You and I see everything through the lens of being human. Transforming into something else entirely isn't that much different than death. This whole world could be one big lie.
That's a good question.
That
I think
seems
her
a little
Japanese
narrow.
voice actor's the same for Elfelt.
Right? No romance with him. Just
Who's
nipping
this
it.
man?
This is science, not romance. All I'm saying is that our values are informed by our experiences and the stimuli we have at our disposal.
Wow.
So the only logical thing to
What a
do is live
romantic.
our lives to the fullest, in the moment.
Oh, actually, kind of.
Philosophy.
Fred, we may be scientists, but we're humans too. Don't you think your perspective is a little lonely?
What?
Let's take your past, for example. Is that a memory for you, or just a sequence of events?
Yep. What a
Seriously?
dork.
You're going to try and critique my philosophy with sentimentality.
Let me rephrase then. If the world was going to disappear tomorrow, what would you do today?
Frederick, do you want to be
What kind of
based and
question is that?
red-pilled?
Stop whatever's ending the world or die trying.
You mean spend it with someone you love?
Uh-oh.
All right, break's over. I'm going back, and you two should too. Just because Vince gave the order doesn't mean you get to be late.
Well, you definitely made her feel lonely. You really do like to get lost in your own little world, don't you?
Yeah. I picked the wrong answer. Rub it in.
That's not what I meant, Frederick. She's worried about you.
What? Why would she do that?
Well...
Look how noodly Frederick is in
Well,
this.
what?
Your world is very small, and whatever you do it alone. Even in the laboratory, all you have are enemies.
What? So I should be kissing ass so I can play with the cool kids?
Yeah,
I've got
Frederick,
you
just
and Ari
fight
better than
everybody in
enough.
your lab coat. He only knows matter of brain.
Sole bad guy, the flame of corruption. A hybrid of gear and human cells built by that man. But even with all that power, you can't escape your humanity. Still, you're one hell of a scientist. You figure out a way to keep your real power under wraps so people still think you're human. But
As we know, he's a
the
gear.
truth is something else.
What is it? You seem much more cheerful than usual.
What's that?
Yes, this is wonderful. He's the perfect protagonist for our story. If he were art, even a third-rate curator would be able to see that there was something special about him. In your life's work, destruction of the gears and revenge on that man. A fascinating contradiction, and such passion. Ha! This has to be fate. Eventually it will become part of the mythology of the world we'll create. A world of absolutes.
It's his favorite type of vodka.
Before we do, however, the Conclave must act.
Ah, yes, of course. Ramlethal,
That woman is doing the villain handed gesture while sitting.
Then you shall continue to direct our little farce on the silver screen.
Run-on sentences. Continue without saving. I'm playing it risky. Big risk. What happens if I die? Who knows? Chapter 1. Devastation. B. So it's the B side, because everything with Guilty Gear is music.
This is Kate Walther. Local time is 3:15 p.m. We're interrupting our regularly scheduled
opening
programming
credits.
for breaking news.
And this is Illyria. You guys would remember this clock from Guilty
We've
Gear
just
2?
received word that Ramlethal Valentine has been captured by the Knights of Illyria.
Bedman
only
is.
a week after her declaration of war.
Let's all point and laugh at her.
Details on her capture are scarce, but it appears to be related to the massive earthquake in Babylon yesterday. Now for an update from Babylon.
there are
we go
too
to
many
our man
man
on the
characters.
scene, Mr. Kadaoki.
Mr. Kadaoki or Mr. Kaduki, if you're just reading it.
Thanks, Kate. This is Kadaoki reporting live. The scene here is unbelievable. Strange gray ash is raining from the sky, and this once bustling city is a deserted wasteland.
That bed.
According to investigators, no survivors have been found.
It's white
Somehow,
chlorination syndrome.
yesterday's
It's literally
earthquake
just
resulted in
near.
the disappearance of all Babylon citizens. Unfortunately, at this point, all we're left with are more questions.
Look at all these units
Can
from
you
Guilty Gear 2.
Well, according to the official statement, all life in the area has disappeared, but structures seem unharmed, ruling out an explosion.
Oh no.
So whatever this was, it only affected animals
Yeah.
and people.
That appears to be correct. Investigators
It's all
are
nasty,
attempting to
feller.
determine the composition of the ash as we speak, in hopes that it may shed some light.
What would you even assume? Some sort of disease? Some sort of radiation? Probably radiation.
Does it appear that this phenomenon is in some way connected to Ramlethal?
Sunny Meanie, that's a good one.
The government is proceeding on that assumption, yes, although some believe that it has something to do with the change in St. Elmo's fire.
Oh no.
St. Elmo's fire. The Thanksgiving festival is still some time off, but the timing seems a little close to be a coincidence.
Star ne'er-do-well.
Our sources also tell us the UN is holding emergency meetings to discuss deploying Opus units into actual combat.
Could you explain to the viewers at home what exactly an Opus is?
¿Dónde?
Of course.
¿Dónde el
Opuses are
exterminador
man-made
de
super
demonos?
soldiers built under the instruction of the Sanctus Populi,
Let me just butcher
with
that.
Illyria leading development.
Ah, the Opus. Machine
During Baptisma
soldiers.
13, the Illyrian army, even armed with magic, was easily overwhelmed by the attacking forces. and
Baptisma
suffered heavy
13
casualties.
is what they call the events
The
of
Opuses
Guilty Gear
were
2.
developed to give mankind the ability to contend with
And they're gonna
future
refer
possible
like
Valentine attacks.
they're gonna refer to it as that
Maximus
going forward.
Aerials has been praised for championing rapid development of anti-Valentine defense systems.
Aerials.
Thank you.
The
That was
Sanctus
Mr. Kadaoki
Maximus.
reporting live from Babylon.
What could have possibly caused thousands of humans and animals to disappear? we'll continue reporting as the situation develops. But our hearts go out to the victims of this tragedy and their families.
Looks like the media finally got a hold of the story.
Alright. It was I'll take that.
We don't even mention
Thanks.
Obviously.
Why not?
How are we supposed to explain we used another Valentine to get Ramlethal?
If the media were to get wind of that,
They're just jars of honey, because all our soldiers are big
it's more convenient
sweeties.
to allow the Illyrian army to take the credit.
I hate myself for
Besides,
saying that,
not
but I said it.
everybody
It's
loves
out
your
there
dear
now.
old dad. All that crusading for justice means he's pissed at more than
Yeah,
his
Sin
share
doesn't
of
like his
court
dear old
fights.
dad either.
That's not the point.
Nobody likes a narc.
Bullshit.
That's basically the moral of that
As long
story.
as I get paid, I don't really give a damn.
A cool meal, right? Oh man, I wonder how much filet mignon that would get us.
Do the math. Wait, shit. I haven't taught you to divide yet, have I?
In any event, both
What
Valentines
the hell are you
the key
doing,
to
Saul?
solving
Just
this
giving him
mystery.
sugar water?
Once they've woken up, we'll need to ask some questions.
We don't really have time to wait around. If they aren't awake yet, I got some ideas about how to get them up.
But wait! Yes, they may be Valentines, but they still
What a
need
grump.
to recover.
Fine, whatever.
So, what were they talking about? That St. Elmo thing or whatever it was?
It's a big-ass lightning bolt.
What? Why are we supposed to care about that?
Can't you ever actually explain anything?
I appreciate how
I
succinct
thought we
that
agreed
explanation
you didn't get
is.
to tell me how to raise this kid.
Not the dads are fighting.
St. Elmo's fire is a bolt of lightning that strikes every 13 years. There is no meteorological explanation, but it always comes in the autumn.
Big ass lightning bolt.
During the Crusades, it saved several members of the Holy Order when it struck a group of gears. The fire gave the Crusaders the advantage, and ultimately allowed mankind to triumph. Since then, humanity has taken to celebrating its arrival.
Dumb luck
So,
saves the day
you're
again.
saying Babylon got toasted by this lightning?
No. Ramlethal clearly knew about it before it happened, so I think we can rule out natural disaster on this one.
Correct. In the unlikely event that St. Elmo's fire were to fall on populated areas, the casualties would be tremendous. In truth, it could easily destroy an entire
Wow.
city. That is why mankind has built a lightning rod to attract it.
What?
Illyria Castle is that lightning rod.
How appropriate that Kai's the king of Illyria.
Makes sense?
Yeah, I guess so. So, basically, it's a big-ass lightning bolt.
Exactly.
I fear for his future.
You're the one who made that decision, Kai. No one to blame but yourself. Alright.
I apologize for the sudden call, Mr. President.
Don't worry about it. We're both short on time, though. Why don't you get down to business?
Thanks for understanding.
So, what's happening in your neck of the woods?
At the moment, we've managed to maintain order.
This
People
very
seem
normal looking president of the
I admit I'm a
United
little
States in the Guilty Gear world.
Illyria's a big place. People on one side probably don't think something on the other side is going to be a danger to them.
Perhaps, but the media has shown no restraint. Could be a blessing, but I'm still concerned. No one seems to understand the gravity of the situation.
People rarely show much concern for anything that doesn't affect their day-to-day lives.
Is that really what you think?
Yes. A long time ago, human civilization used science to propel itself to dizzying heights.
Social commentary.
Sacrificed the most basic connections between people. Perhaps now we're headed down that same path. But
I
with
don't know.
sorcery
I feel like
in place of
sometimes I'm
technology.
too connected to
I
people.
hope you're joking. Anyway, how are things on your end?
We're regaining some
If I
stability
think there's a
as well.
photo of him when he was
Ramblethal
young and he was actually a
declaration
badass.
caused
He
some
fought in the
unrest at first,
Crusades.
but that's died down.
His bodyguard's
Press
gonna be
team got
playable
out
at
ahead.
least,
Jumped
Giovanna.
a good deal.
No doubt those speeches
So I mean
from the
that's
former
kind of
president
something.
helped as well.
I certainly hope so. However, that leaves us with our most pressing problem. The massive creature that attacked Babylon. We're still not sure what it is.
According to the High King's report, Ramlethal called it the Cradle.
Then we can be certain it's connected to her somehow. Can we assume it won't reappear now that she's been captured?
I wish I could tell you yes, but the truth is, that may not be the case.
Oh?
Evidently, Ramlethal's worldwide declaration was just to distract us from what was really happening in Babylon. A diversion.
The ultra-expendable
We fell
Ramlethal.
right into her trap. So we have a bigger problem than we thought. And someone else is pulling the strings?
Yes, unfortunately.
Developing a countermeasure for this cradle and figuring out who's actually behind all this isn't going to be easy. If there's anything we can do to help, please, don't hesitate to ask.
Thanks.
Which reminds me, what's the story with the other Valentine?
Her name is Elfelt Valentine.
We can't learn anything from her?
Unfortunately not. We don't know why, but she'll only talk to the High King. We'd like to bring her to the capital for questioning, but it's too dangerous to have her near such a densely populated area. So we're just going to have to hope His Majesty can handle it.
I see. Well, I have
Maybe she only
to
talks to men with
I was a little
eyebrows, Leo.
concerned when I heard he'd released, Elfelt. We were lucky this time, that it worked out in our favor. But I shudder to think what might have happened if it had turned out to be the wrong call.
Believe me, I share your sentiment, Mr. President.
I first noticed it during the international press conference, but lately, the High King's actions have gotten more and more unpredictable.
Sir, if you looked up problem child in my dictionary, you'd see a picture of Kai Kisk.
Oh, that Leo.
Shall we recap? We have discovered vital and
assassins.
disturbing information regarding the Cradle.
Just
which
meeting out
could
in the
alter
desert.
the course of mankind in the right hands. I understand time is short, so what do you believe we should do in this time of crisis?
Yes, Sean Connery.
Why are you doing this?
Is something the matter?
You already know exactly what you want to do, right? So you're just testing us to see if we agree with you. I don't like it.
Always so difficult to please.
Be that as it may, we have an obligation to deliver this information to the appropriate party. Even an assassin does not want the world to end. And above all else, I know that is what Lord Zato would do.
But we are a guild of assassins. The ending of life is our profession. As such, though we have powerful
He
allies,
does remind me of
we have powerful
Sheogorath.
foes, making
Listening
it
to him
difficult to
here.
simply knock upon Illyria's door.
A much
What of
more
Lord
even-tempered
Lyon
one.
in the Post-War Administration Bureau. He still wields a good deal of power in Illyria.
You forget so soon? The Bureau reports directly to the Conclave. Lord Mining may be a friend, but that is a very risky play.
Minor characters from previous
The
Guilty
Conclave
Gears.
does have eyes and ears in councils and boardrooms across the world. Even those we trust could be compromised. Which leaves America or the Federation of China?
Okay, that is out of the question. The moment we leave Illyria, we're going to be wanted criminals.
We don't have a choice. I wish it could be avoided, but...
That makes sense.
Then again, the High King, Kai Kisk, his views are often at odds with the Conclave's.
Not a bad suggestion at all. We must contact him at once.
Yes, sir.
Yes?
The Conclave hired us so they wouldn't get their hands dirty. But that got us close to them. Or at least closer than anyone else. So, why bother telling the king at all? Why not just deal with this ourselves?
A clever deduction, but there's a great deal we still don't know. I don't wish to act in haste.
You're not going to make us go straight over this, are you?
Am I?
The Illyrians aren't the kind of people to gloss over the things we've done for one juicy piece of information.
Yep, Kai is a
We?
historically
I don't
huge
believe
narc.
you're in the guild.
You really like to poke us to see how we squirm, don't you? Is this some part of your dandyism?
I have no comment on that inquiry, which you may interpret as you will. However, on the subject of dandyism...
Forget it. And if I hear you even start to say milady, I just might have to stab you.
A terrifying thought indeed. My lips are sealed.
It is a mystery, though. What does the Conclave plan to do with all that power? Hopefully
so let me tell you
not
about
start a
dandyism.
war just because they're old and bored.
Who goes there?
Yeah. It's that bed.
If you have no business with us, I must ask that you remove yourself.
Get on Venom for staying composed with this guy. It's Man-Man!
Too slow.
Uh-oh. Let's keep it going. What happened to the assassins? Chapter 2, Struggle, Side A. Or Upside Down V. Whatever you prefer.
We're finally done.
Yes.
Stabilized gear cells infused with magic. This means no more human illness.
Wow.
I never could have done this without you and Arya.
Don't try to be modest.
Is that what gears were
You're
for?
about to win every achievement award they've got and get your name in the history books.
I'm not
that
really
man's
interested in
history
that.
books.
Have a little pride, man. Although, this could flip the healthcare system on its head. You're going to face some resistance.
I'm not concerned about that, actually.
You're afraid someone's going to weaponize them.
Yes.
You
I've
worried
decided
correctly.
I will turn over all of my research on gear cells and the theory behind them to the state.
You gotta be kidding me.
Only if they can meet 4 conditions.
Which are?
1. Any benefits derived
Man,
from this research
comma,
may only
that.
be used to further peace in the world.
That's
2.
a pretty
Everyone
broad
involved in
definition,
further
though.
research must have their physical and financial well-being guaranteed. 3. The current staff will retain their jobs, and with a significant budget increase to keep this facility intact. And lastly, these conditions must be publicly announced to prevent the state from going back
you
on
could
their
easily
once they had
justify
been
developing gears for military purposes in order to further the cause of peace.
Alright, what if they don't go for it? I hate to say it, but you should probably be prepared for the worst.
If and when that happens, I'll have to put a contingency plan in place to destroy all of our research material.
Well, that will be a huge waste of our best years.
Not necessarily. Even if our research never sees the light of day, I believe it can...
Huh? Awkward
Frederick,
pause.
Listen to me.
Oh.
This is about Arya.
Aha! I was wondering where you two were, and of course you're here in the lab.
I thought
Bad
you went
timing.
home.
I'm working tonight. Unlike some people, these cells are very delicate. They might die if someone doesn't keep an eye on them.
Actually, I believe the gear cells are quite resilient.
Hush! I'm not just cultivating gear cells. Besides, tomorrow's an important day for both of you. Go get some sleep.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a stitch in my side. I must have run here too fast.
Uh-oh.
What the hell?
She's got the anime mom disease. And here we see that man carrying his design from Guilty Gear 2 over. Like basically wholesale. Reminiscing in the void.
Eliminate all redundancies with extreme prejudice.
Cool. Cool, Elfelt.
Finally up?
What?
You say some pretty freaky shit in your sleep, lady.
That's just something I was programmed to say when... Wait, what?
That's a good
How long
face.
have you been there?
Hey, I'm Sin. Nice to meet you.
Okay.
Hey, what is this? You two friends now?
Come on, don't be so hard on her.
Saul's going bad cop right away.
You want to explain?
Not even giving her a second.
She appeared nearly a month ago and told me... Actually, perhaps you should explain, Miss Valentine.
Oh,
You needn't worry. I trust all of them.
All right. My name is Elfelt Valentine. Ram and I are kind of twins. This event was supposed to have been ignited by both of us.
I'm guessing something went wrong.
I fell short, I suppose you could say.
He's capable of worse, cop.
Mother had ordered me to marry a death metal singer, but at the wedding
That's a really weird order from Mother.
Come on, I'm not getting any younger.
Don't rush me. This isn't easy, you know. Anyway, the party got pretty rowdy, people were getting excited. I was flirting with him, and then my head went blank. Oh, this is embarrassing. Anyway, I think that was when my self awakened or something, and I couldn't be a Valentine anymore.
Are there any more of you?
No, my fiancé ran away too. I'm all alone now.
So why are you here again?
Oh, well, I thought it would be awful to kill all the humans, so I came here to stop Ram.
Just
Ram
awful.
Thal, I mean.
Ghastly.
My sister. So I kept trying to explain myself to people, but nobody would believe that I was a Valentine. They kept saying they didn't have time for this or telling me where the hospital was. Isn't that super mean? So I thought it might just be quicker if I talked to somebody important. And who's more important than the king? And what do you know? It worked out. I've got some kind of
Soul just
mysterious
ain't
power
having
that helps
this.
me locate Mr. Kisk.
Kai, you know what high blood pressure is, right? If this conversation doesn't end, I don't know, right now, mine's gonna give me an aneurysm.
Okay, but her ability to find Kai is a plot point from Guilty Gear
This is the
2.
first time I've ever actually respected you. What kind of training just lets you sit through this bullcrap?
You needn't look at me that way. We did every bioscan we could conceive of.
Do you remember
She's definitely
Valentine?
not human, which is why I
Original
chose
could
to
sense
listen.
gears.
Son of a...
I'm not sure I'm really getting all this, but you're pretty
How
hot
come
shit,
this
right?
Valentine can
Like
sense
Ramlethal?
Kai?
Well, what? Oh, yes. Hot shit. Very hot.
That's a good line.
Whoa, really? Awesome!
Hot shit.
I'm sorry, Kai. There's a small chance I may have failed as a mentor and guardian.
Small?
Come on. Sin's a good boy.
Usually we're programmed to just carry out our missions, and defying that program is basically impossible. But on the day of the wedding, I think all the excitement just overloaded my womanhood, and it broke my programming.
Or womanhood.
What's that mean?
It means nothing. It means nothing, Sin.
So, suddenly you were overcome with guilt and decided to betray Ramlethal.
Betray? That sounds so mean.
Just drop this human act, alright? Nothing good's gonna come from your kind having a conscience.
It's not an act. My mission was to infiltrate human society. I've been programmed to handle a lot of, human situations without causing trouble. The first generation Valentine lost because she didn't understand human emotions. I think I was created in response to
I don't know. She got pretty emotional at the end there.
emotions too.
Now, down to business.
Business?
Too
There's a
well.
reason we took her from Illyria and put her in my
Overly
custody.
empathetic
Our
Elfelt.
security has been compromised, and our cabinet is in league with our enemies.
What?
I will be blunt, then. The cradle that attacked Babylon? It is being controlled by the Conclave.
Seriously? Why?
They're trying to use it to take over the world.
By fighting game Sele.
How imaginative.
Why is that funny?
Well, I always thought those old turds were up to something. The Conclave controls most of the damn world already. What the hell else would they want to take over?
They're like the shadow government above the United Nations.
Who was saying? Are you telling me you talked to the Conclave?
Yes.
Then why the hell don't you know more?
Hey, stop it!
Ow!
You're scaring her!
What? Now you're best pals?
Of course! My heart always has and always will be open to all. Besides, she saved
Seems
your
like
ass.
a golden retriever.
Nice
Just a very nice but kind of dumb boy.
Fine. Let's try this then. What are the Valentines after? What are you going to get out of helping the Conclave?
Elfel's face back there was pretty good.
No matter what. Beyond that, they didn't tell us anything.
You seriously expect me to believe this bullshit?
You've seen what she can do. Without her, you might not be alive right now. If she had been lying to us, she could have easily joined forces with Ramlethal and killed you instantly.
Yeah, just shot you.
That's the best reason you've got to trust her? Some king you are.
That isn't what I said. I just don't think it could hurt to analyze the situation calmly.
I wish you'd just trusted me sooner. Maybe we could have saved all the people in Babylon.
Ooh, the guilt trip. Is it genuine, though?
Your Majesty, it's Ramlethal!
Guilt gear?
What?
You called those restraints? You should have done your research.
Uh-oh.
Really
Ramlethal's alt costume.
Now.
It's very cute.
There is no need to fight.
What?
We're 34,000 feet up. If this ship goes down, I doubt anyone will survive.
This all might.
No, she's attacking the ship.
Huh?
There's no point. As long as I'm here, you can't use your power, Ram.
Why did you betray me?
Why do you want to exterminate humanity?
Why did you betray Mother?
I don't understand the question.
You have emotions too, don't you? Isn't our mission horrifying?
Yeah, her Strive costume's much better.
And I don't have emotions. A tool doesn't need emotions.
You're fucking lame for having emotions,
Are you not proud to be
Alfeld.
one of Mother's tools? I don't understand. Why did you create her, Mother? Or am I the one who has failed to fulfill my role?
Hey, we're asking the questions here.
And I'm not answering them.
Fine. You can die instead.
My mission has been completed. I have no further purpose. Kill me if you want.
That threat doesn't work on her soul.
Wait, please!
Although I think it's more of a promise in his case.
Ram!
You're not
much more
based,
involved
Elle.
than I was.
You're
You know
cringe.
what's going to happen next? Tell us.
Soul, you're not doing us any good here. Stand down. Let us see how this plays out.
We don't have time to sit on our hands, kid.
Perhaps, but the way you're handling this could ruin everything. I need to get a proper interrogator in here.
Hey, old man!
What?
You think I could try talking to her?
Let me do it. I'm an interrogator.
What the hell's an idiot like you gonna get out of her? This isn't a game.
I can't really explain it, but I feel like we're close somehow.
Fine. Suit yourself.
Well, all right. Just leave her with the dumb boy.
You seem to be having fun.
I am actually rather excited at the moment. You see, even I begin to feel the rush of adrenaline when fighting numerous skilled opponents.
That smile, like you don't have a care in the world.
Biedman.
Reminds me of your sister.
Uh-oh. Don't talk about Delilah.
My apologies. Was that inappropriate?
It doesn't matter to me. I was surprised you even cared about Delilah.
Isn't that the force that drives
Sister,
you?
yeah.
Indeed, that is why I must turn this world into an absolute one.
I don't think we ever see anything on Delilah.
It is almost within our grasp.
Yes, one chapter at a time, the story will unfold, and just the way we want it to. Maybe not quickly, but it's moving in the right direction.
Not yet.
In any event, the cast this time is very pleasant. The director should feel lucky. Well, it's time for phase 2. I should be going.
He's spin.
Good luck and Godspeed.
Away he goes. All right. What's next? There's a bunch of the cast we haven't seen yet.
Massive heat source detected. It's
Oh,
at
she does?
40.036011
It's been a while, and I think I've only seen it once.
41.904083.
We'll be watching that
It's
after
north of the Black
this.
Sea. Something's coming in.
Particle analysis complete. It's a 93.2% match. There's no mistaking it. That's the cradle, sir.
Cradle to the Grave. Anyone remember that movie? There it is.
What's the nearest division? Are they aware of the situation?
Nearest would be the Middle East unit. There aren't any populated areas in a 20-kilometer radius.
Yep.
Wait, hold on. I have an incoming transmission.
The ominous guitar pick. It is a guitar pick.
This is Major Lyle of the Istanbul Battalion. Cyprus platoon.
Yep, it's an angel. Blood type blue.
You're the unit en route to Babylon.
Yes, sir. And we've encountered the cradle.
This guy's actually kind of important.
We need more information about it. What's your situation?
The cradle is approximately 3 clicks away and visible to the naked eye.
I'm going to need more detail on that. Major Lyle, I want you to advance on the enemy, but do it slowly.
He's a Major Lyle. He is extremely Lyle.
Level to red alert. Beginning attack.
What? No, Major. Do not attack that thing until we've analyzed it. That is an order. Remain at a safe distance and report your findings.
That is, in fact, Papa Near. Jameson Price.
More people could die. We have 3 ships, air support, and
I hope he reprises his role as Leo. He's super good.
All hands prepare for assault. Battle stations.
Stand down, you idiot!
We'll find out in May.
Target acquired. Ready to fire at any time, sir.
Good. Fire!
Get it. Nothing. It's an AT field. Really is blood type blue.
Damn it!
Not good. Back off! We need to analyze the situation.
I mean, a Dragonator is probably something they would have in a world like this.
Air and ground units, prepare to attack! Damn it! We can't get through! It's impossible! How could...
Oh no.
Elliot, we can't penetrate with physical or magical attacks!
Absolute defense, Felian.
Retreat,
That's
soldier.
important.
That's an order!
High energy levels detected around the cradle. These are the same as the readings from Babylon.
I gotta say,
You
AT
hear that,
field
Major
rolls
Lyle?
off the tongue better.
The cradle is charging up. The odds are good it's preparing to use the same weapon that destroyed an entire city. You need to retreat immediately.
Deploy the open! Deploy everything! If nothing else, then perhaps we can discover this thing's weakness.
No!
Oh boy. Good job, Lyle. You did it. He actually kind of did it. We'll see.
The cradle has disappeared, sir. I'm not receiving any further transmission from Major Lyle.
God damn it! Deploy a team to the site. We need to see if there are any survivors. And see if you can find anything that will tell us about that thing. Shit. Were you recording all that?
Yes, sir.
Good. Give me the file, then wipe everything.
What, sir?
Are you questioning my orders? Just do it,
Oh,
unless
boy.
you want to end up in front of a court-martial.
I like to think Near's probably gonna sell
You
pretty
seen the
well.
report?
Yes, just
We'll see
now.
though.
It's a disaster.
What about the Valentines? Have they told you anything useful?
Sadly, no. I have nothing to report.
Major Lyle's unit was under your direct command. They also served during the Baptisma 13 campaign.
That was an important plot point.
Yes, I remember. He and his unit were both brave and skilled.
I don't mean to speak ill of the dead, but I can't help but feel their insubordination and eradication as a result of your influence. Forget it. Please, though, don't hide anything from me. Although we do not command equal power, we are both kings.
How do you do, fellow king?
I apologize. I do not keep anything from you without thought. We cannot speak on this line.
There's your problem. Thought. Leo doesn't know what thought is.
Situation.
It's gorilla time.
I've acquired some very interesting data.
Leo only returned to monkey.
A recording from the most recent encounter.
A recording? Of what?
I haven't given it to anyone else yet. Some of what's in here you may already know.
Understood. Send it over and I will look. Anything else?
I want you to contact Zep.
Oh, Zep.
Once you hear this, you'll understand. We will require President Gabriel's full cooperation.
Zep is very cool.
Very well, thank you.
I hope we get more of it.
Good luck.
I mean, we probably should. They're
This
pretty
is not
important.
a repeat of Baptisma 13.
I mean,
whatever this is,
kind of important.
This is no mere invasion. Perhaps I should take a page from Kai's book. Time for a risky bet.
Yeah.
What is it?
We've received a transmission from Major Lyle's unit.
What?
There are survivors.
Survivors.
They're alive?
No, I don't want to save. We're playing this risky. What if I get a game over? Chapter 2, Struggle, Side B. Unorthodox technique.
Come on, I know you've got some emotions in there, right?
I'm just Mother's tool. I have no such thing.
I think you do, and I can prove it.
Aggressive gesturing.
Idiot dork! Madam, would you care to join me for a pas de deux? A chicken and a cat walk into a bar.
Unorthodox
I don't
technique.
think I should be the one telling you this, but you're a terrible interrogator.
Huh? Well, of course. I'm not really here to get information out of you anyway.
What?
Pas de deux.
It feels weird to just say it.
He's a gear, or at least he's half gear.
I was hoping I could make you laugh.
Or is he quarter gear?
You're odd.
Yes, oddly cultured sin.
Oh, right! I almost forgot.
The most powerful spell, Generate Doggo.
Oh, isn't he cute? He's a mage hound, but really he's not that different from a real dog. Their personality depends on how you raise them.
Stop that.
Why don't you pet him?
You can pet the dog.
Ow, stupid animal.
Oh, come on. That can't hurt that much. He's just playing with you. Hey!
He's
Well,
brooding.
Get anything?
Oh, no, not really.
Yeah, puppy teeth are like
Why
little
don't you
needles.
call it
They're
quits?
awful.
Why should I?
Doesn't matter how much they look like us. Those things ain't human.
So? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, barking up the
I don't
wrong
see why
tree.
being created by somebody or being
Especially you,
different from
Saul.
us makes them
Jeez.
bad.
You'd roll over for anyone who said 2 nice words to you. What if Elfeld betrays us?
Yeah, exactly.
Huh? Oh, come Come on, now you're just being paranoid. If that happens, we'll worry about it when it happens. As long as
It's
we
almost like
understand
Soul's
each other, we
guilty
can keep trying.
about being a
You
gear.
really think that bleeding heart bullshit's gonna work on her?
Come on. It almost sounds like you're telling me I shouldn't trust anybody, or just go be a grumpy, lonely bounty hunter.
Uh-oh. Did you get him?
Your world must be real small.
Sin!
You could at least try and make some friends. I think you'd like it, honestly.
Destroyed!
Anyway, I'm hungry. Time to get something to eat.
I'm gonna get that sound clip. Maybe make it a stream event. Just have it destroyed
Is this
pop
what
on
they call
screen.
being owned?
Oh!
He said
damn.
the same thing.
Kai, jeez.
Am I just trying to turn him into me?
Don't worry. Sin understands you.
Yep, even Kai's getting in on this. The ultimate narc, Kai. Getting his shots in. The wettest of blankets. Dot, dot, dot.
Why didn't you tell me you were sick?
I was worried. If I told you, I knew you'd drop everything until you found a cure.
There is no cure for anime mom disease.
If you did that, I'd be alone again. I didn't want that.
So, once I figured out how to cure you, we'd have all the time in the world.
No, you don't understand. It's a TP infection. I don't have much time left.
Oh no. She can't use weapon skills.
No.
I wanted to enjoy the time I had left. With you.
Stop it! There has to be a way to fix this. I'll think of something. Of course! We'll put you in cryo sleep. Maybe we can't cure you right now, but someday.
Maybe, but then I'd just be alone again. Not dying isn't the same as living. Being alive is about having new experiences. It would be like dying to not be able to see my friends anymore. Especially you. So I want you there in the end, to see me off. That is what would make me happy.
No! You can find a new life in the future. You just have to live.
Like, I get where they're both coming from here.
Do you
They're
remember our
both
conversations
right.
about wanting to be a bird? Didn't you say that turning into something else would be the same as dying? Like you said, this world is where I belong. I'm the hero of my own story, so you're not allowed to tell me what to do.
No! This isn't okay! This can't be how it ends!
Don't be so selfish. Try and listen to someone else for once.
No, you're being selfish!
Please.
No, I refuse! My world is the one where you exist! I won't let anybody take that away from me!
That does sound kind of
I'll
selfish,
fight
Saul.
for my world until I'm dead.
I mean, Frederick.
I'm not giving up, and I'm sure as hell not listening to you!
But that world is coming to an end.
Fred
I don't have
man.
any family,
Oh no.
and I was always kind of a bookworm. It's not like I enjoyed studying, I was just desperate not to be left behind. I thought that if I kept to myself and didn't trust anyone, then I couldn't ever be hurt.
Who does that sound like?
But that made my world cold, small, and dark. I never felt alive there. I didn't even have any friends until I went to college. Can you believe that?
Yes,
But
you
then
were
I
very
met you,
cringe.
and
I understand.
I even fell in love.
Uh-huh.
For the first time in my life, I found something I wanted to care about. I was happy.
Arya,
But once I'm gone, I'm worried you'll be alone too.
The way that man's name was censored reminds me of the specific name that's censored in Disco Elysium. And now all I can think of is that man's name.
Promise me you won't be alone.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion in this fighting game. Big
Our
feelings.
pursuers do not seem to have appeared yet.
It was wise to pull Kai Kisk away from the capital. The government is having difficulty responding to us, just as predicted.
I doubt this game of cat and mouse will last long.
Agents of Sato, as well as the king, are drawing closer to us.
Who knows what is of little consequence now.
They're busy plotting.
Should
It's
this
fighting
plan
game
fail,
Sele.
however, it will mean the end of humanity as we know it.
I wish Bardius was here with
We
his
must
crazy
be
snakes.
successful, whatever the cost.
He really livened the place up.
Can we meet the demands of the universal will this time?
Worrying will not get us through tomorrow.
I think that's the first time that name is mentioned.
We've taken that tomorrow away from countless innocent souls. Can God forgive us for our sins?
Why are you talking about God now?
A plant forms from a seed to bear fruit, and when the time comes, it drops that fruit to the ground. The fruit provides sustenance to the seeds, creating new life where there had been none. Humans have refused to leave their branch. Desperately, they cling to it.
Just Liam O'Brien doing his Grimoire Vice voice.
I fear that our fruit will rot on the tree, never allowed to plant its seeds.
Yeah, just a little human
The
instrumentality
gracious
as a
sin is
treat.
that the people fail to see this truth.
You can have a little tang.
The universal will has deemed them unfit. Perhaps that is why it has created something else. Humans, however, have earned the right to escape this process of elimination. Perhaps we are fighting against gods, but nothing will stand in our way.
I forgot Liam O'Brien did Kane Highwind. That's a good fit. That is a good fit, yeah. He's just a good voice actor. A small
Finally.
village in Eastern Europe.
Place like this seems like the last place somebody'd find a guy like you.
Weren't you in the last scene, Liam O'Brien?
Johnny, at your service. Boss of the jellyfish pirates, too. That turns you crank.
I know who you are, but
There he
I'm
is.
still rather shocked. This is the first time
Without his
I
beard,
already
his creepy
know
vast
it's
edge beard.
speak with me.
Let me tell you, finding you was not easy. I'd heard you moved around a lot, but
What can I do for you today?
Oh, Sign and Revelator just went on sale?
might
Well,
be a treat
everyone.
sometime, if that's possible.
I apologize if I seem rude, but I'm in something of a hurry. If your friend is ill, might I recommend visiting your local
Again,
doctor?
Faust, voiced by Kaiji Tong, doing a very good job.
Who the hell do you think we
Ichiban
are?
from Yakuza 7.
You're talking about the jellyfish pirates. We can make a grown man cry with laughter. Plus, there's the fans and the paparazzi.
You are wanted in nearly every country.
You think
on the
Johnny's
world.
last name is just Bravo?
Oh, yeah.
If this is what
Put it
happened
that
to
way,
him?
yeah, I suppose. Sorry, but a normal hospital's not gonna cut. Not for what we need.
Which is why you sought out a less reputable doctor. To wit, me. Very well. You may explain the details.
I'm down
on
with
the way.
that. All right. So Johnny needs a doctor for somebody important. Oh, he's scampering. Here he is.
Where the hell did she go? My lord. I'm not your lord. How many times do I have to tell you? President! I finished my report on the cradle. I thought you might want to see it. I'm kind of busy right now. I'll look at it later. Babylon is a disaster zone right now. Whatever this business of yours is, it must be awfully important.
Good old answer.
What is our manifesto? Never ignore the suffering in front of us. I see. Well, in that case, I'll await further contact from you.
There's a character who's never coming back.
Smartass.
At least not in a playable sense. Although maybe. Gotta go fast. So Chip's looking for somebody.
May is Japanese? You're certain?
He's looking for May, obviously. I mean, that's the context of the
As a man
situation.
can be, Doc.
You needn't address me like that, please. I'm no longer worthy of that title.
Yeah, she's been having strange headaches lately. I decided we couldn't ignore the symptoms any longer.
This is a difficult problem. If you are correct, then we should attempt to synthesize a cure as soon as possible.
I'd like her to stay with us.
I'm afraid I can't advise it. We should take her to the colony.
The colony?
At the moment, it may only be a mild headache. But if untreated, more symptoms may present, and, in the worst case...
Yeah, I know. But they say once you go into that place, you don't ever leave. I can't imagine how she'd feel locked up in a cage like that.
So the colony is supposed to be a place for the Japanese to live, but it's also like a quarantine zone for them.
Her tears or her life?
For reasons that will be explained.
Yeah, you're right. Just being selfish, I guess. I didn't want her out of my sight.
Oh?
She's family.
Well, that's surprisingly sweet. I like your answer. Very well. I confess this is not my area of expertise, but I shall have a look.
Very good.
Really?
Yes. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I have treated nearly every ailment under the sun.
I'm pretty sure he has a horn that he does toot occasionally.
There's nothing to worry about.
Not a problem.
It's Faust.
Please, bring her here as soon as you can.
Sure thing. I owe you one.
Let's see here. A quick look through of the patient's records and the literature concerning colony residents. Here we are. Oh, this is rather peculiar. This is odd. For symptoms like this, a simple rank B treatment should do the trick. No, this is only a stopgap measure. Oh? What the devil is this?
Huh?
When did? How long has this been going on?
Ominous. Threat. Chapter 3. Side A. Can we take the H out of there and just have a little treat for Side A instead? Just a little.
I'm home.
Hey, Johnny!
Hey, ladies. You all been good girls while I was out? The sky is just a perfect blue today, isn't it? Where's Leap? I think it's time for a feast.
We've got bigger things to worry about.
I like that all the members of this crew have
What?
individual designs
May
that have been
ran away.
consistent, like through all the games.
She heard about the Japanese thing from Ramlethal, and then she heard her disease might be really rare and she got scared.
Ramlethal. She fought that monster on her own?
Sorry.
Where did she go?
That's the thing, we have no idea. We stopped to restock, and when we realized she was gone... Chip's out looking for her right now, but...
Mister's enough.
Oh, jeez, what should we do? She was afraid she'd make all of us sick.
That idiot. No, this is all my fault. Damn it. Alright, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna split up, and we're going to find her.
Well, alright. So this is like... I guess you'd call it the B plot of Strive? Or not Strive. Xrd. I'm too used to talking about Strive. Oh no.
Oh man,
May's having a bad day.
You little jerk!
But who is that but the president himself? Come to save the day.
I can't be wasting my time like this. I've got important stuff to do.
Yeah, he needs to be campaigning.
And why the hell are you out in a creepy forest like this anyway? You're lucky my ninja senses are in top form, or you'd have been lost forever.
What are you doing here?
Your friends asked me to help you, obviously.
Ninja senses, yes.
Not that. I mean, I thought you were going to Babylon.
What? There's only one of me. How am I supposed to be in two places at once?
Shadow clones, man.
That's not what I...
He gets those in Strive.
You know what? Never mind. Thank you.
Good. Now I don't have time to ask you why you ran off, but you should really be getting back to your friends.
I can't. Ramlethal said I was a disease, an infection. I don't want to get them sick too.
Ramlethal was just being a big meanie.
Look, I don't know what she told you, but that's not your problem to solve. Not alone, anyway.
What?
While we're wasting time here, your friends are probably out frantically looking for you. In fact, I know they are.
But...
Don't but me. Think about it. If I hadn't found you, you think their lives would just go on like nothing happened? You're underestimating the power of friendship.
Oh, yeah.
What should I do then? I can't.
Chip's got the power of friendship in anime.
That'd be selfish. And what if it affects the whole world?
The whole world? Listen, I believe no choice is without consequences, so just stop worrying about other people and be a little selfish for a change.
But
For example, let's say you had to sacrifice someone, one person, to save the whole world.
Huh?
If you're a world leader or somebody with tons of responsibility, you might do it without a second thought. You might not be wrong. But the world of that leader and the world of the person they're sacrificing are pretty different. All their memories.
Chip's supposed to be an idiot, but he's a very smart idiot.
Whose experiences are their world. Even if they knew their sacrifice could save so many people, could you really blame them if they refused to go through with it?
Yep. The smartest himbo.
What's your world?
My world?
Exactly. What is it you love the most?
All my friends. Johnny, April, all the jellyfish pirates.
Is that more important to you than some important guy's world?
He's the emotionally intelligent, funky president.
Each of your friends has a world like yours.
That's a pretty good title.
You're a part of each one of those. That means there's always a place for you.
Really?
You're still a kid. Why don't you try thinking about stuff a little, huh? Figure out whether or not people are lying to you. Now get out of here. Go home.
Okay.
Yep, just a kid.
But I'm not a kid, you know.
Fine, fine. How old are you then?
I'm 24.
What?
24.
Not possible.
Get out of here now. Y'all run along back home now.
May!
Johnny!
Did you find her, April?
No, I went to all the nearby villages, but nobody had seen her. This doesn't make sense. Why can't we find her? We've looked everywhere.
Damn it. Maybe she went into the mountains. It's getting dark.
She went to
You
find
kids should be getting
enlightenment.
back to the ship.
What about you?
I'm going into the mountains.
To find enlightenment.
No, you have to rest too. You've been looking all day.
Now, don't worry about me, I'm fine.
I'm really
pushing
glad they
yourself
didn't
too
keep his
hard.
beard from Fast Edge.
Then I'll keep going till I collapse.
He looked so scrubby.
Stop it! What?
Go.
May!
You.
Guys! She said I was a disease!
That
I
bitch!
thought I might be contagious. I didn't want you guys to get sick. You could all die. The world could end. But I don't want to leave you. So, please, help me.
Oh, you big idiot.
They even brought their pirate cat.
Oh, thank goodness. The gang's all here.
Doctor.
He's making a house call. Here in the mountains.
There. That ought to do the trick.
You're pretty lucky, May. And you, Doctor, your timing's impeccable. I thought we were supposed to come to you, though.
Ah, yes. About that. Johnny, do you have a moment?
He's doing the King Harkanian. Finger up.
Sure, Doc.
This treatment's what all true warriors strive for.
First, take this.
What is it?
Her treatment. Give it to May in small doses, periodically. Here, this is the dosage schedule.
Okay.
Also, take this.
It's a gun.
Prescription.
Oh.
Should the worst happen, take this to any competent doctor, and they can mix you the drugs you need.
Wait, why'd she have to keep taking it?
Unfortunately, even I am unable to determine the root cause of her condition, so I was forced to develop a rather rushed stopgap treatment.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah, hold on a minute here. You're actually
We'll
pretty
find out about
nervous.
that in
Just
Revelator.
what the hell's going on?
I'm pretty sure. Or maybe we'll find out about it now.
I cannot say any more.
Don't you trust me? I owe you for this. I want to help.
Your gratitude is appreciated, but I cannot accept your help. Telling you any more would put you in danger. The Japanese have a secret far beyond what anyone suspects.
My God.
What?
I am on my way to meet someone in hopes that he might help me further my understanding of the secret. If anyone asks what I told you, do not attempt to cover for me. Simply tell the truth that I refuse to answer. There is one last thing. One very
Who's
important
Faust going to meet?
thing.
Is it Hei Hyun?
Do not, under any circumstances, let May near the colony.
Uh-oh. It's that bed. What is that bed doing here? Treat, side B. Have a little treat as a treat.
I can feel you hating from all the way over here. Who the hell are you?
Run away! The child is here for you! You cannot defeat him! Beware!
Uh-oh.
Huh.
Well, that was easy. Oh no.
You, take the girls and get out of here.
Whoa, whoa. Don't tell me you're planning to stay here and hog all the glory.
Yep, Bedman's
of
just a
course,
big
as
hater.
president. I don't know who this guy is, but I'm sure I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
The president's job.
As far as I can tell, he's beyond either of us. I'm not sure we could win even if we both took him on.
Whoa, what are you talking about? I am more than enough to shut down this nerd. But who's winning and losing isn't important right now. You need
Call
to get
him
your
a
girls
nerd.
to safety. Plus, I have zero idea where your ship is.
Back to the ship, ladies. On the double.
Ship being tactically idiotic.
Not sure what the range is on it, but whatever you do, don't let him figure out where your ship is.
You're starting a country, right? Make sure you don't die before I get a chance to vote for you.
You're gonna have to get in line for a green card before you have to worry about voting.
Oh, Chip.
Answer, can you hear me?
Yes.
The North Star is straight ahead, about 26 degrees above the horizon. The Floyd Rose Tower is at 1 hour, 38 minutes.
I've got you.
A couple people are down. I want you to send somebody over.
Understood. And you, sir?
I'm fighting some monster I've never seen before.
Can you describe it?
Looks human, or at least humanoid, but he's strapped to a person-shaped bed. Looks to be in the mid to late teens. The kid, not the bed. Caucasian, short purple hair,
not
glasses.
the bed.
He's sleeping, but the bed's walking around. Too dark to tell eye color. He's wearing what appears to be a hospital gown. Getting anything?
0 hits on person-shaped bed, but I've got 128 items that match the boy's description. Anything else?
Fighting now! Kinda hard to look!
Chip is very competent for an idiot.
I'm fine. He's got some kind of tattoo over most of his body. Simple design, looks like thorns.
Sir? Boss! Listen, you little bastard. I know what you look like. We're gonna find you wherever you try and hide.
Yeah, tell him, Answer.
If anything happens to the boss, we'll kill you before you know we're coming.
Oh boy. He should have gone with, the boss ain't afraid of you. The boss says, bring it on, bitch.
Once you see past the smoke and mirrors, it isn't difficult to counter. I know your secret.
Zato 1, is it too much to ask you to just go back to being dead? I can't believe this. The Conclave really needs to be more careful with its toys. This could be a huge problem.
A problem? To be frank, your mission does not concern me. But you have heard the one thing that matters to me. Melia.
He big simping for Melia.
You've awoken the anger of a dead man child. I will not hesitate to erase you from this world.
That's a pretty good line.
Return, Bedman.
Oh. Are you worried about me? That's touching, but you needn't. I have this situation completely under control.
No. There's been a shift in our priorities.
Excuse me?
Our mission has changed.
Zato knows far too much, more than anyone else. We should terminate him now before we lose control of the situation, and I need the entertainment.
Someone in Illyria has figured out the truth of the cradle.
Oh, that was quicker than expected. You're right then, we've no time to waste on Zato.
Exactly. We cannot allow anyone to interfere with the cradle.
Figured that out fast.
Understood.
I sure hope Melia heard that cool line, Zato. Should ask her what she thinks.
Zato, I must apologize for that unsightly display.
No need. Had you understood the sleight of hand behind his attacks, you would have never been taken unawares.
I would love to hear more. However, there are far more urgent matters to which we must attend. We had meant to go directly to the king.
Yes, Kai Kisk, the ruler of Illyria. I see we thought along similar lines.
Yeah, the speed Bedman speaks at is weird. But, Yuri Lowenthal does a really good job with the line
Unfortunately, I was
reads.
unable to locate him.
I see.
Very fast.
I'm surprised.
Very monotone.
I had thought you would be in Illyria with Melia and Venom.
Yes, well, that young fellow you just saw managed to drag us out here. Wait, if you're here, then that must mean...
Yes, we're near Uyghur.
So far.
I cannot sense its true form, but that boy clearly possesses mysterious power that transcends our understanding of logic. I cannot help but feel that he is somehow similar to me, as I was when I wandered the underworld.
Impossible! How could he possibly be at all akin to you, Lord Sato?
Unless you're talking about their terrible taste.
Please.
Terrible taste, but he likes you, Amelia.
Sir.
Don't cell phone.
I apologize. I failed in my mission.
You are not to blame if he was your opponent. I am relieved to see that you appear unharmed.
My lord.
Do you think we'll see that kid again? It didn't look like he backed off out of the kindness of his heart.
Perhaps it is up to us.
Please, enlighten me.
Go on.
While we fought, I noticed he never spoke, but occasionally, his behavior suggested someone elsewhere was giving him orders. He also appeared the moment we decided to pass our information to the king. In other words, someone has ears and eyes everywhere, and is manipulating the flow of information, destroying anyone who impedes them.
A well-reasoned argument. I think you are correct.
Are we fighting the Conclave?
Unfortunately, I was unable to determine that. I apologize.
If this is a war of information, then the enemy has the upper hand. Every moment we sit here twiddling our thumbs, things just get worse.
If only we could learn where the king is hiding.
That damn teenage
This far
bed.
out, our magic comms are useless. We need to move.
In that case, perhaps I could offer some insight.
Got no service out here, huh?
If I know the king as well as I believe I do, he will avoid any place where the Conclave is particularly strong. And that greatly limits his options.
Of course. If we are fortunate, we may even encounter him by chance. I will handle this, Lord Slayer.
Might as well, since he can turn into a puddle and move around at high speed.
I'm feeling rather tired.
Yes, well done.
I don't really mind a little ad-lib, but if this keeps up, one body's not going to be enough for me to handle all of it. But I must create my absolute world.
Our absolute world, Batman. Don't forget about me.
Of course, my apologies. You are a curious little creature, though, aren't you? Soul Bad Guy and his awakening should be your only concern in this equation, correct?
But I'm never satisfied with 100%. I don't feel as though something's done until it's 200% complete.
She's going for all the achievements.
Delilah and I were born with this curse. As a result, since the day I was born, I've never had any friends, in the real world or dreams.
What's the
For the
curse,
first time, though, I
anyways?
feel like I'm beginning to understand friendship. But that's enough of that. It's embarrassing.
Yep, feelings are pretty
you
lame,
honor
man.
The truth is, when I met you, I already had my plan laid out, down to the smallest detail. I could have easily executed it on my own.
Huh?
Although it would have required me to risk everything, even my life. Since we're working together, though, I don't need to bet that much, so please apply any of my surplus to your 200%.
For our absolute world.
For our absolute world.
I feel like she didn't understand what he said, so she just changed the subject at the end. That's what I like to think happened anyways. Like every time she's got to talk to him, she's just sitting there like, ugh. Kaleidoscope. Side A, Chapter 4.
We've encountered the cradle.
Good. We need more information about it. What's your situation?
Is something the matter, sir? Leo suspects collaboration between the Conclave and whomever's behind the cradle.
Has his recording shed any light on the situation?
That's an absolute defense Felion. We can't penetrate it with
Yes,
physical
this
or
part.
magical attack.
Absolute Defense Felion. I've listened to it several times, I'm sure.
What does it mean?
Felion is an extremely specialized technique used by the Sanctus Populi. It can only be activated in the presence of the Maximus, or a Conclave member.
That's the problem, you're using your branded magic.
No doubt that is why Leo did not wish to tell me this directly, and why he told me to speak with Zep, where the Conclave has no eyes or ears. We must hurry. Do we have a line to Zep?
Yes, sir.
We must double back, but we have no choice. Bring us around and take the engines up to full.
It's a pretty nice airship he's got. Honestly.
Whoa! Where the heck am I?
And as we remember from Eno's ending, these two ran into each other.
It's the backyard. Again. Well, hold on a tick. The backyard, you say? Well, where's that again? Sounds a bit familiar. Ugh, blimey, my body feels heavy and my head feels weird.
We're inside of a field that man developed that allows us to be here in the flesh. I know it hurts, but for God's sake, just throw a pair.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you don't mind my asking...
He seems like you would be really feeling it.
You wanted to meet him, right? Said you had something to tell him?
I wonder how he feels about wrong time.
Oh, wait. You mean that man's actually here?
Uh-oh.
Yes, and you should feel really special, because not a lot of people get to talk to him face to face.
Oh my goodness, you're not pissing around, are you? Why do I feel so nervous?
This is a new one.
Wait, but didn't I already deliver the message to you?
Unfortunately, what you said can't exactly be said by anybody but you. So as much as I'd like to, I can't carry it to him myself.
It has to be said in a Cockney accent.
I'm sorry, but I'm not following you here.
Just shut your hole and come on. We have to move.
Right, coming.
I like that it squished his side of the screen a bit.
Thanks for waiting. Here he is.
It's that man.
Thank you, Eno. This is the bloke? Are you...
It's a pleasure to meet you, Axelo. I apologize for making you come so far.
It's nice to meet you too.
I already know a great deal about you. You've broken many laws of physics.
Oh,
steel's heavier than feathers, mate. That's where it all began.
But would you mind telling me?
Huh?
Don't you have a message from the original?
The original?
Oh.
That's an important character.
I do.
Are you sure you're okay?
Sorry. Just got a little carried away. Nothing to worry about. Here goes.
He said that with a weird accent.
What in the bloody hell was that?
I thought so. Even with a third party present, only the person the message is for can actually hear it.
Yep. The message was microphone feedback.
I see. So it's true then.
It's true then. His sound system is broken.
Do you know what the Conclave's after now?
Yes, everything makes sense. Even the little farce, the Second Holy Order's selection tournament.
Oh?
Although unfortunately...
That's Guilty Gear 1's plot, by the way. Where they try to resurrect justice.
Cronus. This time I will stop you.
Sorry to interrupt, but,
Yes, of course. I've received your message quite clearly.
Then, I can go home now?
Naturally. But please, I insist you allow me to show you my gratitude.
What did you miss?
No. Really, it's quite all right. Actually, in a bit of a hurry.
What was the last thing you saw?
That's a shame. I had thought at the very least perhaps some sweets to go with your tea.
Get some sweets from this war criminal.
In the backyard. In fact, I believe the only place you can enjoy this taste is, well, here.
Yeah,
perhaps you could take some.
May has a disease, and Faust is treating
Can
it.
I ask you a quick question?
And then Axel
You
had a
are
message
the same fellow who created the gear
for that
called
man
Justice.
from the original.
Pretty well started the Crusades, right?
He's safe to be in the backyard because this is a space that man created.
Yes, that would be me. Don't take this the wrong way now, but you really don't strike me as the villainous sort.
No, I'm totally the villainous sort. How dare you?
Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Please, just forget I said that. Forget everything. Thank you for the sweets. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Where the hell
Away
is
he
the
goes.
exit?
You know, you might want to consider being a little scarier.
Yeah, it's a little spooky, innit? It's the backyard, innit? And then all that mic feedback with "in it" at the end, right?
Elfelt Valentine. Eliminate all redundancies with extreme prejudice.
She did it.
I think I
That's
said
a good
this
face.
already, but you must have some pretty brutal dreams.
You heard me?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that's embarrassing.
What? How?
Well, I mean, for a woman, it's,
I don't follow.
Oh, just forget it. Why are you here?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of the ladies I know would be fine with eliminating redundancies with extreme prejudice.
For sneaking in here and watching me sleep?
Nope.
You've got problems, mister. No sense of decency at all.
What a creep.
What's the big deal? It's not like I
This
hurt
child in a man's body.
Oh, but you did. My self-esteem, for instance, has been destroyed. And what if I get used to people seeing me when I'm all gross? I might just have to give up on looking good. That would hurt a lot. Not to mention all the sleep I'm going to lose from reliving this horrible moment. My face must have been so...
Uh-oh.
Was I drooling?
No.
Oh, thank God. This is nothing to laugh about.
No, I was just thinking, you've got a pretty wide range of emotion. Nothing like the last Valentine.
It's true.
Then you believe me?
Sin didn't even see her lose her shit, I think.
Well,
Or did he?
it's
I think he might
hard
have.
Not to. Somebody without emotions wouldn't throw that huge a fit.
I'm a little surprised. I thought that after Mr. Bad Guy said they were just an act, you'd... well...
Yeah, well, sometimes I feel like he's so smart, he's actually dumb. He gets all grumpy whenever he can't explain something with logic.
This is actually a really good parallel to Chip being an idiot, but being very emotionally
It's easy
intelligent.
to talk shit about people when they aren't around.
Uh-oh.
What?
Heard you talking shit!
It's true.
Do you ever think about something for more than 5 seconds? Self-preservation mean anything to you?
Don't sweat it. Elle wouldn't do anything to me. Would you?
No, of course not.
See?
That's good enough for you. Besides, I could tell you the same thing, Elfelt. If you're trying to get anything
All bad
out of
guys
Sin,
join the chat.
just give up. The only thing that comes out of his mouth is a steady stream of bullshit.
I don't have any rebuttal for that. All right, fine. What about you, old man? You figured out anything about the cradle?
Government war rooms across the world are talking themselves in circles because they don't have enough information. Ours might help, but...
Why don't we give it to them?
Because the Conclave's behind this, and they've got eyes and ears everywhere.
Everywhere.
The more people we tell, the higher the chance of telling the wrong person.
Then why don't
Just
you
tell
just
everybody
throw all
something
the people
different.
working for the Conclave into a jail somewhere?
Good idea.
You listening? They've got people all over the world. Assuming they didn't all book it once the arrest started, there aren't enough cells to hold them all.
Damn, that sounds like a pain in the ass.
No shit. If we could figure out what the Cradle's up to, maybe we could do something. But otherwise...
You sure you don't know anything, Al?
I think that swordsman was voiced by Daisuke Ishiwatari in the Japanese dub of this. I know he voices one of the swordsmen.
There you are, Soul. We may have found a powerful ally.
Kai.
Don't call him dead. Don't notice that, L.
Explain. Leo has begun to doubt the Conclave as well. I know it means doubling back, but we've decided to head to Zep.
Zep?
Leo has his own line to them.
Zep!
Their communication system is extremely advanced. Our technology can't crack it. I suspect they intend to use that secure line.
Zep never joined the UN, and they're not allied with the Conclave. And a floating continent can avoid other countries pretty easily.
Yep, a whole floating continent.
Huh.
Zep's pretty
I
neat.
guess there's still a few people with a head on their shoulders in Illyria, huh?
Yes. I would like to speak with you before we arrive in Zep. If you would follow me.
Damn, old man. You sure are stubborn.
Sin,
Hmm?
why do you call Soul old man all the time? You two seem so close.
Yeah, I guess we've been asking all these questions, but we haven't really told you about us, have we? Alright, go ahead. Ask me whatever you want.
Lay it on him.
Okay. Well, you said you were Mr. Kisk's kid, right?
Soul's been raising me since I was little. We spent a lot of time traveling together, so yeah, I guess we're pretty close.
Oh. What about Mr. Kisk then?
He's a piece of shit and I hate him.
That's a tough one. A little embarrassing, actually.
Oh, good.
Good?
Well, whenever you talk to him, you always seem so distant. I thought it was because you hated him. I'm glad it's not.
That's right. They worked their shit out in Guilty Gear 2.
Yeah, I don't hate him. Well, not anymore.
What?
Well, my mom's a Gear. Gears aren't exactly, popular, so we had to live in hiding. That's the way the wind blows, but when I was a kid, I kept wondering how long we'd have to keep doing that and whose fault it was. In the end, I blamed Kai. I was wrong, though. He was fighting as hard as he could for a world where Gears and humans could live together happily. It wasn't an easy fight. My mom's kind of stuck in Illyria
But he did
right
name
now, but
his
I've
child with a
been,
gear
well,
Sin.
Amazing. I saved her right when she was about to die, and... What the hell? You're crying? And
Uh-oh.
wait, is that a nosebleed?
That's true love! Oh, what a wonderful story. Forbidden love that transcends all boundaries. Oh, man. When's that gonna happen to me?
Is that really...
True love!
But Sin,
Love. True love.
You don't hate him anymore, right? Then why don't you call Mr.
Yep.
Kisk Dad?
Hand holding. Oh man, she couldn't handle that.
What?
Refer to him as Papa.
Give me that.
Slide on up to Kai and be like, "Hey,
You
puppy."
don't have to do it right away, but I think eventually you'll want to. So just promise
Yeah,
me
come
you
on.
will, okay?
Your dear Papa.
Really think that's gonna happen? Hey, actually, that reminds me. What's the deal with the mother you and Ram keep talking about?
Yeah, what's up with mother?
She doesn't actually exist.
Huh?
Huh?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. She doesn't really have a physical body. Valentines are asked to run errands and given orders and rules to follow. That kind of stuff. But all of that's just implanted as memories before we're born. Nobody ever tells us to do it. So Ram and I have never touched or seen our mother.
Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up something
Hmm.
uncomfortable.
No, it's fine. Honestly, I'm happy to finally be able to talk about this with somebody. Maybe that's why I've always wanted to be part of a real family.
Interesting. Well, good luck with the true love thing then. What's wrong?
Unfortunately for me, that's forbidden.
It is forbidden.
Huh?
Nothing. But the next time you go see Ram, do you think I could come too?
Okay, Kaleidoscope Side B. Here we go. Valentines are something else entirely. They're not gears. They were created in the backyard. Gears can just interface with it easier than people.
What is it? What happened?
Oh no.
We can't confirm physical contact, but it appears something from the backyard is attempting to make contact with Justice.
Uh-oh.
These levels are too high for our probes. Recalculate with the demi-human method. They're over 40 trillion per second.
Ava Unit 0 is going berserk!
Arya, can you hear me? What happened? Calm down.
The test subject's conscious topology readings are all over the place. Is this thing trying to give itself life using Justice?
Intervention from inside the backyard? That's impossible!
There shouldn't be anything in there.
Terminate the experiment and retrieve Justice immediately. That's our top priority.
What the hell is happening? Justice's information density is equivalent to a galaxy cluster. Could the energy of a single organism exceed that of a systematically networked life form?
Something's found the test subject's DNA data. It's multiplying.
What? Self-aware?
It's conscious? Could this be the universal will? Calm down. We need to analyze this rationally. We'll assign the variable X to this phenomenon. All new information will be collected in series.
Do it, man.
X will materialize in the real world in T-minus 453 seconds. I can't believe how fast it's eroding.
We have to stop it, no matter the cost. Our world will be destroyed by the influx of information.
This is explained further in Revelator.
This activity entirely.
It wouldn't work. Gear cells can serve as a conduit to the backyard, regardless of whether the subject's alive or dead. Arya, listen to me. Something is going to attempt contact with you from inside the backyard. We need you to resist. Can you do that for us?
Creepy laugh.
You can do this.
That scream really inspires confidence.
You're our only hope. Don't you want to see Frederick again?
We've punched in a V2 report. We've managed to cut the flow of information from our world. It's not working. The test subject's DNA data is bridging the link. X2, X3. We've confirmed 2 bodies. Retrieving coordinates. Latitude 35 degrees, 40 minutes, 51 seconds. Longitude 139 degrees, 46 minutes.
It's like that scene in the rebuild of Evangelion where Asuka is in the entry plug that gets taken over by the angel, and there's the laughing.
Do anything. Both bodies are going to materialize in the real world in T-minus 183 seconds.
Uh-oh.
We have to use the Saint Oratorio. Disengage the outrage armor.
What if we do that? The radiation levels. We could face sanctions.
I don't really give a shit about that right now. Use the prototype catapult if you have to.
Saint Oratorio charging. ETA until full charge. 640 seconds, sir.
Damn it! We need more time!
We're getting readings on the modulation. Now receiving visual on X2 and X3.
Uh-oh.
What the hell is that? It's got eyes and ears!
The link jump reaction is exponentially multiplying, now registering up to X388.
A giant something is manifesting in the sky.
This is just like the dawn of revival in 1999.
Horrifying.
I thought that only affected electronic devices!
How is this happening? In an hour, the Earth will no longer be a human world. Damn it. Arya.
This has huge Evangelion energy.
Justice over to manual override.
Gotta stop the third impact. Come on.
What's happening? My body. My mind is. What are you doing?
Entering coordinates. Zone 881. Target locked. Prepare the gamma ray. Maximum output plus 40.
Engage the dummy plug system.
You'll vaporize Japan.
Fire, Sissel.
can't!
I'm sorry. I never should have asked you. I'll do it.
Sir!
Firing gamma ray.
Like everybody in this room wouldn't be a war criminal.
What are you doing? What's the flight? What did I just do?
And that's how the Crusade started. Oh, I definitely recommend watching Evangelion. It's a good one. You may have heard.
Just a little longer, Arya. I'll be there to free you very soon.
Well, shucks. That's pretty rough.
We've almost reached our destination. This might give us a way to fight the Cradle, but until then, we need to organize the information we have on hand.
Easiest way to do that is squeeze the Valentines. How much longer are you planning to let Sin play house?
Don't talk about squeezing the Valentines, Saul.
Let's
That's
turn our
lewd.
prisoners over to them.
You're kidding.
Soul, are you only accompanying us so that you can exact your revenge on that man?
That man.
Why the sudden curiosity?
I want to know if you sincerely don't care what happens to the rest of the world.
That's a dumb question.
It is not.
You're
Yes,
a
he
dumb
took away
question.
some of what makes you human, but that doesn't mean he altered your mind or your soul.
So what?
I want to believe that you'll fight for the people of this world.
Are we seriously having this conversation? Look, kid, I'm a monster. I'm here to do two things. Destroy that man and kill all the other gears.
And I'm running out of
World's in
gears.
trouble, I'll bust some asses, sure. But only because I needed around to do my job. Not too different from the Valentines in that sense. Now, if you've got it in your head that we're gonna be best pals, rethink that. I've got my own shit to take care of.
Then why do you care about Dizzy?
What?
My wife. You saved her and she's a gear. My son, Sin, is a half-gear.
No, quit poking holes in his
you
argument.
Said you wanted to destroy all gears. Why are they any different?
Stop it.
This conversation is over, and we're never having it again.
Wait! Damn it, you can't run away from the truth, Soul.
Just watch him.
Shut the hell up, Kai, or I'm gonna pound the shit out of you!
Try.
Fanfic
Now
writers
we're
begin.
talking.
Tell me, Soul. Just what will happen after you've taken your revenge?
I don't really think that far ahead.
Oh, for revenge.
Will you go hide from the world like Sin said you would? I don't know your history. I don't know if you had friends once, or if you fell in love, why you burn with such hatred for that man and the gears. I don't even know your real name.
Wait, doesn't he? I could have
I do
sworn
know a great deal
he's been
about a
called
man named
Frederick
Soul
around Kai.
Blinded by vengeance, he lost sight of himself.
I could never imagine you
Now
did,
he runs
yeah.
from the truth that frightens him.
Say that again.
Tomorrow always comes, Soul. If tomorrow promises to be cold and dark, I cannot stand idly
Kai is
by,
using his anime
even if
protagonist
I know my
powers.
efforts will come to nothing.
The self-righteous apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
I don't expect the world to change tomorrow, but I do hope that today, perhaps my words will reach you. Soul. I'll
Sam
be
Riegel
waiting
does such a
for
good job as
We'll
Kai.
all be waiting for you. Sin, Dizzy. Once all this is over, come home.
Come home, Saul.
You're making me sick. Sure you didn't hit your head or something?
Yeah. Be
Who
soon
knows?
soon.
I took Dizzy, Justice's child, as my wife. Perhaps only a man slightly mad would do such a thing, eh?
Justice. Hey!
What?
About 3 months ago, I got in a fight with the Conclave over the sacred treasures.
That's the plot of Fast
Whatever you
Edge.
do,
We talked
you
about
always
that in the
push
last
yourself
stream.
Too far. If you'd spoken to me, we could have found a peaceful solution.
No, that's what I'm talking about. They were real protective of them.
What are you trying to say?
They were like,
doubt
that's
they'd
my
be
sacred
protective
treasure.
of them
I
if
don't know
anyone
you.
attacked, not just you.
Exactly. What if the Conclave wasn't afraid of me? They were afraid of the treasures themselves.
They don't want the outrage being reformed.
Your Majesty, we will be arriving at Zep momentarily.
What could it be?
Hey!
You're back again. It seems strange you can come in here so easily.
Ow. Everybody here knows me. I can pretty much go where I want.
Yeah, his dad's the
Your
king.
level of security seems inadequate, honestly. Don't you have more important things to do than this?
Sin.
Everybody's off meeting with some big shot from Zep, so I thought that'd give us a little time to talk to each other.
Ouch.
The off-screen
Besides, if I
puppy.
went along, I'd just end up pissing everyone off, and then nothing would get done.
You're that perceptive. That's unexpected. So, what is she doing here?
Sorry.
You're in my way. Ow.
We're gonna make you laugh.
Pointless. I don't have any emotions. But if that's what it will take to make you leave, fine. I'll laugh.
That's not really what we meant.
Right. We want to see you smile. For real.
This is ridiculous. Tools don't need emotions.
All right. Then explain why you're still sticking to Mother's rules even though we finished our mission.
Because...
Not logic, L.
Because you don't feel like you
Yeah,
want
for
to
now.
betray her, right?
No. This is my duty.
Okay, I think that's enough interrogation for one day. If it doesn't have anything to do with the plan, you can answer some questions, right?
That shouldn't be a problem.
I hope her sharp teeth come back and
Got you
strive.
something really tasty. A hamburger from Danny Missiles.
Oh man, Danny Missiles.
It's delicious.
I want
don't
some Danny
care
Missiles.
How food tastes. All that matters is that it provides the correct nutrients in the correct amounts.
Okay, I get it. Can you at least tell me what you think about this piece of nourishment?
I suppose.
Ramlethal and Borger is the true OTP, everyone. The power of Borger!
Well?
The Kazuhiro
Any
Miller
opinion of
chemical
mine would be
burger.
Purely subjective. If I were to analyze this food from a more objective point of view, however, I would conclude that...
No, that's not what I'm talking about. Just give me the
He
first word
wants
that
you
came
to
to mind when you
be
ate it.
subjective? I almost said suggestive. Salty! Okay, are you guys ready for a montage? Talking about the spaghetti and the pizza. Yeah, birthday train. Here we go. The dog wants to play cards, Ram. Oh no. I see even Gears couldn't wipe out geese. Tasty! She might like it. She does not. Little doggo. I really like that we got a montage though. Vengeance.
You must be really bored. Maybe now you can answer my question, Elle.
Huh?
Why did you betray us?
Oh, come on. Does that even matter anymore?
Do you have something better to talk about?
Talk about burgers.
Well, I just don't really like talking about it, but... I can't love anybody. I don't know why, but it was one of the rules Mother created me with. During the wedding, I felt this huge rift form between myself and that rule.
Then you were just defective. But what's the reason for a rule like that?
She was broken by the Turing test.
No.
You're just full of mysteries, aren't you, Elle? Didn't you say you got here using some weird special power?
Yes, but I really have no idea how that happened. So I thought I'd see Soul or you when I showed up. I was pretty surprised when it was Mr. Kisk. Still,
How
everything
mysterious.
turned out okay, right?
Yeah, but that's a pretty amazing power. It means no matter where I am, you can find me, right?
Not really. I can't exactly tell who is
Damn,
where.
that was almost a really romantic power Elle found.
I have no such vain, pointless functionality. Therefore, I am more complete.
Oh, she's talking shit.
Ow.
Shit talking is an emotion, sort of.
Huh? For what?
I've never seen her having so much fun.
That was her having fun?
Yep, I can tell. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
Why are you being nice to her? Isn't she your enemy?
I've been thinking about that myself. You know how she keeps saying she's a tool or whatever? I used to think she was just some kind of machine or something, but after a while I started questioning that. It seemed like she was really just afraid that if she didn't act like an emotionless machine, whoever or whatever she cares about would abandon her.
Oh.
Big emotional
Yeah,
intelligence in this boy.
Been through something kind of like that.
Sin?
Yeah?
Once all this is over, what do you think is gonna happen to me and Ramlethal?
Honestly, I don't really know. But we're friends now, right?
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure Kyle'll figure something out for us.
You don't montage with someone and then not become friends.
Friends?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just felt really happy.
You're weird.
Girls are weird. Yeah. Girls are weird, Sin. We don't like girls. We like hamburgers. Hamburgers are easy to understand. Hamburgers understand us. Chapter 5. Sign. That's the name of the game. But not the smell of it. There's Zep. It's big. There he is.
Welcome to Zep.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. President.
What a
This
schnoz.
is-
No need for introductions. It's good to see you, Soul.
It's Gaius. Yeah. Gabriel is such a big deal, and they like almost never do
Leo has
anything with
briefed me
him.
on the situation. Only a few members of my inner circle have been told of your arrival. Under better circumstances, I would have liked to give you the proper royal treatment. but unfortunately that is a luxury we cannot currently afford.
The gesture is nonetheless appreciated.
Now to business. I actually have another guest. He arrived shortly before you, and I think you may find him interesting.
Who could it be?
He's been waiting. Apparently, he has a message for you. I believe it pertains to the subject you came here to discuss. Regardless, he is no ordinary guest. And with your permission, I would like to be present for your conversation.
Tell me, Flame of Corruption, for whom do you fight? Bam, 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 bam.
Your Majesty.
Oh, it's Zato.
Zato won? No. This is... I thought you were dead.
He was.
I was for a time. Now I have returned to the machinations of the Conclave.
Figures.
Matt Mercer was a good pick for Zato.
I possess information that is very valuable to them. Their objective.
Well, there you have it. Zato was revived by the Conclave and knows the details of this.
You know, I can see that. The, like, mask and the exposed forehead.
Information to you.
Do all your men have their heads up their asses, or is it just these ones?
Damn, Saul.
What?
If they knew who he was, why in the hell did they let him in?
We were, of course, aware of his identity, but decided to let him in anyway. While we're on the subject, however, I think your presence is much more questionable. We only granted an audience to the king and his
Gabriel's
servants.
talking shit.
That's not my problem. Soul, can you prove you're not working for the Conclave?
No, I cannot. Might I point out, however, that we do not know when their plan will be complete. Perhaps your questions for me can wait?
We have confirmed that the Conclave has been researching the art of resurrection for some time, but we do not know why they chose Zato 1.
Soul, please, let's just hear them out.
I would like to avoid confusion, so allow me to be frank.
No, you're Zato.
The Conclave controls the cradle, which they intend to use to conquer the world. And inside of the cradle is Justice, the god of destruction.
Justice.
Huh? You mean the Justice?
You don't look especially surprised. Perhaps you do not need further explanation?
No, I think we do. You can't just tell us Justice is in that thing and then stop. Is the Conclave attempting to start another crusade?
A reasonable question. Why would the Conclave, who control nearly the entire world, albeit covertly, resort to using justice for further conquest?
My question was asked earlier, just not with justice in the equation.
The answer is rather simple. The world they wish to create cannot exist in one that allows free thought.
Uh-oh.
I don't follow.
They intend to standardize the entire world.
They what?
Culture will be unable to advance beyond a certain point. In short, the Conclave wants to restrict all human freedom. To accomplish that, they need Justice's incredible power and omnipresence.
Like, the way she could make all gears comply with her will?
Creating a dystopia.
Before we go there, wasn't Justice utterly destroyed?
Yes, Justice was destroyed. Or, I suppose you could say, died. Soul Bad Guy knows that much better than any of us.
Eye narrowing.
That's why they needed the art of resurrection. You just happen to be their guinea pig.
Precisely. The resurrection you are thinking of is perhaps slightly different. The true nature of resurrection is not the recreation of soul and flesh.
What?
It is the art of binding a soul to an object. As you know, I died several years ago. However, I was not the sole owner of my enchanted body. After my death, Eddie's soul inhabited my flesh.
For like 2 games.
Once the Conclave discovered this, it did not take them long to determine it might be possible to bind a soul to a vessel.
Which is why they used him.
I was returned to life to test this theory.
So, you're suggesting the Conclave is trying to bind a new soul to Justice's body?
That is correct. That is the reason they hosted the second night of the Holy Order selection tournament. When you destroyed Justice, Soul, you left nothing but an empty shell behind.
That's not possible.
The Conclave means to write a new chapter of human history, one that casts them as its gods.
Everyone in this room is more than familiar with what Justice is capable of, and the threat she poses. What you are suggesting is frighteningly possible.
Hold
Such
on.
devastation,
Even
right?
Sato's right. How do the Valentines play into all of this? They're just trying to annihilate humanity, right?
Likely they believe Justice's revival will lead to humanity's demise. I have no way of knowing how far their plans extend, though.
Shit's complicated.
No, it's still impossible.
Uh-oh.
Red alert! Damage and fires reported in West D sector.
Not the D sector. That's where we keep everyone's Ds.
We appear to be under attack, sir. Not from the outside. The enemy is already inside. They appear to be moving through the ship, destroying everything in their path. They've disappeared, sir.
How many are there? Where are they from?
They're alone. It's a single soldier, sir.
It's a single bed, man.
Analyzing security footage. We have a hit. The target matches the description of the subject labeled Bedman in our database. He's moving toward the residential block.
Uh-oh.
Our weapons have no effect. We can't stop him.
What about a heavenly Potemkin buster?
Oh, who the hell does he think he is?
We will assist you.
It would be a damn shame if Zep was forced to ask for a guest's help to capture a single man. Please, enjoy your tea while I deal with this matter.
Gabriel is no slouch.
Enjoy the hunt.
Oh, man.
Where's the target currently located?
Yep, Gabriel is super strong. You can tell because he's running really fast with his arms behind his back.
How could our elite soldiers be defeated so easily?
Bedman. This must be the child Potemkin mentioned in his report. I have little doubt now that he's working with the Conclave. Is he here hoping
He runs so fast because his nose is super aerodynamic.
Too late. Hmm? There you are. You've made quite a mess of my home. Tell me, where should I send the invoice for all this damage? The Conclave? Valentine, perhaps? Are you too sleepy to talk, young man? That's unfortunate. It's time for you to rise and shine. Yeah!
Rocket punch.
Huh? Oh, your teleportation. I read about it in the report. Very well. I shall no longer rely on my eyes. The attack you're about to witness will pulverize any living creature within 8 meters, no matter how fast they move or how well they guard themselves.
I know Gabriel has some connection with Slayer. Serious punch. Uh-oh.
Impossible! This is the world's first 8th generation reinforced high-density bed frame. How could you stop it with your bare hands?
Like that's just a
You can
thing.
dodge a blow from my ultimate punch. No wonder Potemkin couldn't defeat you.
Gabriel?
That's quite enough. Your time's up.
Quite right. I shall take my leave.
Nuh-uh.
Fool! Did you think I'd let you escape so easily?
State your name and age.
Potemkin.
Who do you work for?
Give him the Potemkin Buster. That'll get him talking.
Perhaps the most futile interrogation in all of history.
I think they tore all the bits off his bed frame. Let's keep it going. Sign. B.
Can you hear me, Leo?
Loud and clear. If you're calling me on this line, then I assume you figured out what I was getting at.
Yes.
Then the Conclave is behind the tragedy of Babylon, after all.
Yes. There is no other way to see the facts.
All right. Tell me the details.
Let's get those deets.
What's wrong?
My apologies. Our intelligence on this situation has grown exponentially in a very short period. Frankly, I just feel grateful that I can finally tell someone about it.
I understand how you must feel. But right now, we need to keep this quiet. Don't let your guard down.
Actually, I think it's time we stepped into the light.
What do you mean?
I'm glad you're in Illyria, Leo. I need someone there I can trust.
I don't see where you're going with this.
I have a favor to ask you, and it is not an easy one. I need you to release someone to my authority. They may be able to help us fight the Cradle.
Who could it be? Someone from Guilty Gear 2, perhaps? Oh, it's this scene. What's going on?
Well, well, I was planning to sow a little dissent out here and visit you while they were distracted, which, didn't go quite according to plan. Then again, we're talking alone now, so perhaps I've succeeded after all.
You are?
It's a pleasure to meet you, again.
This is...
Inside your dream, I was able to enter it because we're close, physically, I mean. Then again, since I've taken it over, I guess this is my dream now.
Yes. Quite.
Who are you?
Why don't you call me Bedman? Your mother has asked me to run a few errands.
Mother? No one told me anything.
Of course not. I'm what you might call your superior. I'm overseeing this entire operation, so naturally I know everything, even how it ends.
Mother would never trust one of them.
But she did.
Oh, I'm special.
You can't be. Redundancies are just redundant.
Yes, that's why they're called redundancies.
You don't exactly have an open mind, do you? If you ask me, you're a lot closer to being redundant than I'll ever be. I suppose that doesn't really matter now, though. In the end, you were just a tool in the operation and ultimately disposable.
Yes, I am a tool. Mother only loves useful tools.
Love? That doesn't sound like the right word for you.
I know, but Mother doesn't need anyone who won't do what they're supposed to do.
Then let me ask, why didn't you self-destruct? Judging from what I've seen here, you undoubtedly had ample opportunities. Your role is finished, isn't it?
Elle is restricting my powers.
Look at that shit-eating grin on Bedman's face.
Right, your little sister. Interesting, so you can restrict each other's power. Goodness, that's convenient and annoying.
Uh-oh.
You know about Elle.
Mistake in the localization.
Does that mean you're really one of Mother's allies?
Now you've put me in a tough spot. I'm here because you need to be, taken care of.
Is that Mother's desire?
Who's the true redundancy?
You know what the Cradle is up to, and if that information falls into enemy hands, all my careful calculations will be worth approximately jack shit.
There's no need to worry. I won't talk. You can trust me.
She's not a narc, man.
I'm afraid you're using that one wrong, too. You see, trust is something friends have for each other.
Friends?
Yes, you see, in a group of friends, every person is unique, like me. You, on the other hand, are just a copy of something else, a tool. There's nothing to set you apart.
Uh-oh.
So I need something to set me apart.
Piano music come in.
tools only need perform their function at the correct time. Mother said so.
Perhaps your comprehensive faculties are a little underdeveloped.
I'm not unique? Is it impossible to be unique without emotions?
What the hell am I doing? Never mind, I apologize, but this conversation is over. This is Mother's will, remember that.
All right then. Take care of me. But I have one last request.
What is it?
Can I take the dog with me?
No, not the dog. Cute puppy sounds.
What the hell happened to you here? Now you really are just like a human. You have emotions. How can you ask me to kill this little girl? Someone's coming. Time for me to hide.
Uh-oh. He's got second thoughts because she has feelings.
I'm back. What? Oh, were you asleep? Sorry about that.
Sin,
Yeah?
why do you keep coming here?
Come on, don't make me repeat myself. To make you laugh, obviously.
Why? Making me laugh will not benefit you.
It's not really about benefits, just like I want to see you laugh.
Sin doesn't want to be friends with benefits.
I'm a tool. I only
He wants
have
to be friends
value
with
when
burgers.
I carry out the tasks I was assigned. That's why I can't understand these feelings that drive you to take apparently meaningless actions. If they benefit no one, why do them?
For funsies.
Wow, that's a pretty deep question. Are you asking me to explain every action I take?
I need to know what the right thing to do is. If I don't know that, then I can't take the correct action, and taking an incorrect action is pointless.
Oh, come on. What does right even mean anyway? Let's say Kai and the old man think something tastes bad, but I like it. Does that make me wrong? In a way, everybody's right, see? They're right that it tastes bad, and I'm right that it tastes good.
I don't understand your example.
How do I say this? Oh, got it. Do you believe in God?
Oh no.
God? I acknowledge the concept exists and people find value in it, but without further evidence, I can't authoritatively state.
No, I'm asking how you feel about it. Remember when you ate that hamburger? You had an opinion on it. Your opinion.
Existential questions.
I don't know.
You're impossible. All right, let's try something else. Look out that window.
Geese? Is it geese? No, it's the stars.
This is the real reason I'm here.
Hamburgers are like God.
Doesn't that look pretty?
I don't know.
I think you just don't have the words to describe how you feel. See, I think it's super pretty.
You don't have very good words to describe it either, Sin.
To me, that's enough. The way I feel, the way this looks, I don't want somebody trying to explain that to me with big words or fancy ideas. I just like the explanation, this sky looks beautiful because God made it that way. So, to me, that would be a good reason for God to exist. Do you think that's the right answer?
I'm sure Soul has something to say about that viewpoint.
That's just what you want. It doesn't make anything real.
Maybe, but I don't think everything needs to be black and white. You don't need to shove yourself into a corner and tell yourself you have to be something.
But if I don't, I won't be a good tool.
You could be a multi-tool, Ram.
You're not a tool.
Oh, yeah, you're not a tool.
Bastard! When did you...
The dog!
Wait. Bedman's only here for me. I asked if I could take the dog with me. That's why he killed it. He won't hurt you.
What are you talking about? Stay back! What?
Batman killed the dog.
I'm sorry about the dog, but I thought this would be the easiest way for her to understand. I see you're beginning to develop emotions, so I'm going to teach you the meaning of replacement.
What?
There are 682 known dog or Canis lupus familiaris breeds, and in Illyria alone there are over 31 million dogs.
Uh-huh.
We could create a mage hound exactly like this one. It is, in other words, replaceable.
No. No, this isn't it. Why? It's the same dog, but something's different.
Exactly, this is a replacement. You liked the last dog, but not this one, you see?
Everything is unique? Am I unique, too?
You didn't have to kill a dog to make this point. Now she's crying.
Explain why you failed to dispose of Ramlethal.
How about you explain to me what the hell you were thinking? You know I won't lay a finger on a young woman. Why did you give them emotions? This is horribly miscast. It's all your fault. Or if this is your not-so-subtle way of telling me I'm no longer needed, fine. Enjoy the rest of this show on your own.
Bedman's an asshole, but he's an asshole who kind of has a heart.
Now please, calm down. I need you to create our absolute world.
I apologize for my outburst.
Considering how the chips have fallen, however, we should prepare ourselves for an eventuality in which the Cradle's destination is discovered.
Yes.
Do you have any way to halt their
No,
progress?
Bedman's just a guy.
I haven't been doing this for fun, you know.
Yeah,
I'll make sure
Bedman could have
the
also
absolute world
just,
comes to be,
like,
even if it costs
taken the
my
dog
life.
away for a little bit.
Good. Carry on then.
But no, he had to kill the dog. Maybe he thought he needed to do something extreme. Chapter 6. Philosopher. A-side.
Please, wait! We cannot open these doors without the Conclave's approval.
Man, fuck
I
the
think we can.
Conclave.
I have a key.
That's not what I...
Corporal.
Sir?
I am one of the kings of Illyria, am I not?
Man,
Yes,
Leo's the
sir.
best.
Which makes me very important.
Of course, sir.
Glad we've cleared that up. Now shut up and stand aside.
But, sir...
Yeah, Leo's the best. All the way from Guilty Gear 2. It's that bird.
A wise decision, Second King Leo Whitefang. You are far more capable a human being than I initially suspected.
Oh man. It's Dr. Paradigm.
Hey, enough chit-chat. Here to introduce the man who's going to get us out of this. Dr. Paradigm.
Same voice actor and everything.
Explain yourself, Leo. Dr. Paradigm is one of the heroes who saved us from extinction during the Baptisma 13 incident.
He appears to be a Gear. Do you mean to tell me this is the collaborator Kai mentioned during the UN conference?
That is correct, Mr. President. I'll explain the details later.
It's a shame we don't get Izuna in these games. Izuna was pretty cool too.
Right now, our top priority is to locate the cradle and destroy it. To do that, we need the good doctor's assistance.
The assistance of this bird?
I am a dragon, sir, not a bird. As this is a state of emergency, I will let your insult pass, but I hope I will not hear you make the same mistake in the future.
Paradigm's knowledge and throughput exceeds that of our entire operations department. I suggest you listen to what he has to say.
He's got the big brain.
All right.
The G in Gear stands for Galaxy Brain.
Now please pay close attention. I assume you have all seen King Kai's report regarding the cradle.
King Kai?
Specifically, you know that the Conclave is behind it. They are working in concert with the Valentines, and we believe that their objective is to unleash justice, who is within the cradle.
I still can't believe the Conclave would do this.
Yes, there is much cause for concern, but first we must investigate where the cradle appears and how we can destroy it.
And you know the answer to this.
Just hear him out.
The first incident occurred around noon on the 28th, when the cradle appeared above Babylon.
And that baby got vaporized.
All living organisms in the city were obliterated, but inanimate objects were left unharmed. Then the cradle disappeared.
Right.
Then, at approximately 2000 hours on the next day, the cradle reappeared near the Black Sea. Major Lyle's forces engaged it, but were defeated.
Salute.
There are several important facts here. First, where did the cradle disappear to? Second, why was only living matter affected? Third, how is it possible that some members of Major Lyle's unit survived? If we examine this information, we can see that the cradle is not only a vessel for justice, but also for the Conclave.
Now just wait a minute there, Doctor. You're suggesting the cradle is some kind of ship for the Conclave? That wasn't in the report.
It's a theory.
We know that there are living organisms
a
inside
Gear
of the cradle.
theory.
My hunch is that they are human.
Every nation on Earth is currently analyzing the data we have. But so far, I've seen nothing to corroborate your argument.
That's because your probes are only designed to detect life, and your analysis tools are not designed for this sort of data. Filter out the noise, and you'll see signals that indicate life, even if you can't spot the occupants themselves.
Even so, that's not enough to draw a conclusion.
Come on, man. He's got a mortar
I
board.
was going to address this later, but since you've asked, perhaps I can adjust my presentation.
Please.
The core issue here is how the cradle attacked Babylon. As I considered it, I began to suspect that it was not an attack at all, but rather a mode of transportation.
I'm sorry, but would you please elaborate on that?
Very well. First, it was initially theorized that the cradle disappeared in order to avoid pursuit, but that makes us ask, was that in fact teleportation?
And we know teleportation is very difficult.
What else would it be?
True teleportation would require the object to reappear elsewhere almost immediately. But the cradle was gone for nearly 32 hours.
Moreover, there is no known process which can teleport such a large object.
Then where the hell did it go?
Dramatic zoom.
The backyard.
The backyard.
Really exists then?
I do not blame you for doubting its existence, but I can assure you it does. I have in fact entered the backyard.
As we saw in Guilty Gear
I
2.
thought the backyard was just a theory, an academic exercise. Why would the cradle go there?
The answer to that is simple. Even with the doctor's knowledge, it would be nearly impossible for us to enter the backyard.
I see.
That said, travel to the backyard is actually quite simple, at least theoretically.
You just open the door and go.
First, one must exchange a portion of the real world with a corresponding area inside the backyard.
Right.
Then place the cradle within the borrowed portion of the backyard. And finally, simply return both areas to their original worlds.
Easy.
The sphere we saw that appeared to be an attack was in fact the rapid expansion of backyard space into our own realm.
That doesn't explain the disappearance of all the residents of
I mean, it makes sense to me.
This brings us to my second point. Are you aware of what happens to a normal life form when it enters the backyard?
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. They turn to dust. The backyard is composed of high-density information. It governs all of creation. Any normal creature is immediately crushed by that wealth of data. That said, it has no effect on any non-living matter.
Which is why only living creatures in Babylon were affected.
That is why I believe said sphere was an intrusion of the backyard into our realm. Now, on to my third point.
I mean, this is almost 200 years in the future.
Was initially assumed to have been utterly destroyed, but in fact proved to have survivors. The Opus anti-Valentine units that had been deployed for the attack also survived the sphere. According to the testimonies,
The backyard is real. A talking dragon birdman wearing a tie told me so.
We did a little research and discovered that every single one of them had something in common.
What was it?
Every one of them fought alongside Kai Kisk during the Baptisma 13 incident. When the first-generation Valentine attacked Illyria, all our defenses were useless against her. Why? Because their divine steps and their magic were too foreign. They belonged only to those who dwelt in the backyard. The High King was able to grasp this and eventually lead his men to victory. To protect them, soldiers under his immediate command were given a unique blessing.
And it worked?
Quite well.
Then the Opus are also under this blessing?
We suspect that to be the case.
Yes.
Oh, not exactly. We've done a little research on our own, and the Opus are mostly Gears.
What the?
We Gears also fought against Valentine and were able to resist her power even without a special blessing. No doubt the Sanctus Populi noticed this.
Let's just militarize Gears again.
Research on gear cells has been banned by the UN. This is an enormous problem.
Mr. President, please. This is a serious issue, and something we must carefully investigate. But for now, perhaps we should keep it a secret. Perhaps you should both calm down. The Opus have been dispatched across the world to help. I doubt we'll feel much scrutiny immediately.
Even so.
I think this means I'll have to bump. It's not you, it's me. Down to number 2 on my list of things I wish I hadn't heard. I'm afraid that sort of thing is beyond my expertise. You will need to figure out the details among yourselves once we've overcome this crisis. We've gotten a bit sidetracked, but I believe we can state that the mode of transport for the cradle caused the casualties at Babylon. Returning to my original point, if it is true that people can board the cradle, then this hypothesis seems even more likely.
Tell us everything you know.
As I've explained, subjects that have been properly prepared can survive in the backyard for a period of time. But it is akin to, for example, space or the deep ocean. You could survive for a time, but not indefinitely.
We're back to serious.
Eventually, everyone must come back for a breath.
I get it. That's why the cradle reappeared. It all makes sense.
Well done.
This is the gear King Kai told us wished to coexist. I fear I may have criticized him prematurely, without seeing the whole picture.
Dr. Paradigm's a
Don't
cool
be too hard
guy.
on yourself. I did the same thing.
What do we do now? As long as the cradle is in the backyard, we're at a loss.
That is not necessarily true. Do you recall King Leo's words when we began? Our end game is the destruction of the cradle. Therefore, we must change the way in which we approach this problem. They have removed our avenues of attack because they fear an attack.
The fear.
Now is the time for us to turn the tables.
Ho ho! He's doing the Megane thing. As much as he can with those big nerdy glasses.
Unfortunately, with our current weapons and lack of time, we cannot touch the cradle once it begins to move, when it begins to enter the backyard. Therefore, we must assume that the next time it comes up for air will be our last chance to strike. With that in mind, allow me to lay out our operation. We have narrowed down the next location where the cradle is likely to surface, as well as when. We will surround this point with elite teams from every nation. The moment it surfaces, we tighten the circle and launch the attack. Our goal is to destroy Justice, who is within the cradle.
Yahoo!
Amazing, Doctor. After 2 defeats, morale was at an all-time low. But your insight has given us new hope.
You flatter me. My ability to rally your men was only possible because you have encouraged acceptance of other species.
Damn. Well, I'll be sure to double my support for coexistence at the next UN hearing.
Yeah.
We don't have much time, though. If Kai and his team can make it, they'd be a powerful asset. But I don't know if they can get here fast enough.
We've no choice. No doubt Ramlethal's diversions took into account the locations of Frederick, the High King, and the Cradle.
Our biggest problem now is the absolute defense Felia. If we can't take that shield down, all of our firepower will be useless.
I've already devised a countermeasure for that. They're in for an exciting surprise.
You seem prepared for everything. In fact, you seem to know an awful lot before I came to release you. How did that happen?
Ah, yes. Before you came, I had another visitor who filled me in on all the details.
But the room is impregnable. I've got the only key.
Who could it have been?
Perhaps it is impregnable to any normal person, but my visitor is in fact my trump card for the cradle. Though I worry how Frederick will react.
Uh-oh. That visitor.
Dr. Paradigm, we have a President Vernon on the line.
Excellent.
We've prepared the old beacons just like you asked. We just need to place them at the coordinates you gave us, correct?
Yes. They will be placed at 10-kilometer intervals with the projected entrance point at the center. Be sure to deploy them all.
We're happy to do everything we can, of course, but are you certain this plan will work?
We will make it work. Our projected entrance point has a nice view, but there are no landmarks to speak of. Additionally, we expect it will take approximately 22 minutes for the, special delivery to arrive. We cannot sit and wait for the cradle to appear.
Special delivery?
Understood. We're requesting all nations relinquish their airspace to us. They aren't pleased, but once Zep is in position, we should be ready.
Excellent, thank you.
Doctor, just what are you planning?
What is he planning?
Stupid bird must be out of his goddamn mind.
You really gonna do this?
This job's got my name all over it, and hell, it could be worse. Just chase my ass and he's not telling us what his trump card is.
You don't want to
This is
know.
what you'll be taking tomorrow, sir.
Right. Might as well enjoy my trip through the sky, I guess.
It's a missile. Man, it's so weird when Soul smiles. Alright. I think this will be the last chapter we do today. We'll finish the rest tomorrow. We'll finish up Philosopher. He made just Captain America that missile.
From the memoirs of Erip Maves de Uraid. 1999 AD. The dawn of revival. For several strange hours, the entire planet experiences a phenomenon that appears to be a form of life. Humanity knows they have felt the divine will. An investigation shows that the creature had tried to manifest itself through electronic circuitry. The UN immediately bans all such devices.
I honestly enjoy this kind of story mode.
Despite requiring an
It's a good watch.
of nearly every industry, few object to the changes. Such was the effect of the dawn of revival on the human soul.
So something tried to manifest in the world through
Human culture began to
electronics.
deteriorate, and the framework of society began to collapse. That same year, a band of mages calling themselves apostles appeared and set to work restoring human civilization and culture. Their magic did not require material resources, and they were not frugal. The apostles taught magic to the people and halted the social collapse.
So they basically solved the energy
Faith in these
crisis too.
apostles grew, and in 2008, they formed what would become known as the Sanctus Populi. Their disciples began to travel the world, spreading their teachings with the Conclave's blessing. In Europe, they found an especially devoted following.
But Zep was like, get the fuck out of
2010,
here.
The UN declared sorcery and magic the new standard, and called for all nations to dismantle their traditional weapons and technology.
Man, I can't believe magic's been the standard for 11 years.
Called Zeal were issued to each household. This ended one war, but created another. In early 2014, a team of scientists under Vince McDonald completed their theoretical assessment of gear cells. Through the application of magic, they could fuse these cells to the material world, allowing them to reproduce and become at least semi-permanent. This concerned me.
Did it?
Following a successful negotiation, the research data was turned over to the United States of America for more thorough study. In 2016, an experiment with gear cells went awry, and several core team members died or disappeared.
I wonder who that could have been.
Following this incident, research became more difficult, and all projects were frozen. All related data was classified rank A+. In 2042, the military and political influence of the US began to decline, and they reopened the files on gear cell research with an eye for military use.
Fun fact. This has been in the story for like years and years, but they never named the US specifically until this
But it was of
game.
little military use. It was ineffective in combat and difficult to control.
Was it Leopoldin?
After several more tests, the first combat-ready gear was unveiled in 2065. Mass production began, and the US deployed their gears to allies across
The
the
US
globe.
was always just called a certain nation
Then,
in previous
in
games.
the year 2073, a scientist, now known only as That Man, creates Justice, a gear that can command its kin. Before long, however, Justice turns her wrath on humanity. With little documentation of the truth of his research, That Man was labeled a war criminal who had intentionally turned justice against humanity. As 2074 progressed, Justice took control of Gears, one after the other, and soon war engulfed the entire planet. Humanity had no weapons capable of resisting the Gears, and under Justice's command, they crushed human resistance with ease.
They
during
put all
the
their eggs in one basket.
In
That's
my
not good.
old age, I have taken an interest in this violent, pitiful chapter of our history. After the accident in 2016, one young man was reported dead, but had somehow managed to survive.
How could this be?
I thought perhaps that tracking him down might satiate my thirst for knowledge. His name was Frederick, although he does not use that one anymore. His passion shone like the sun to illuminate my path, and so I wanted to bestow upon him a name that reflected that bright light. I hope he approves of it.
Who could this have been? It was Slayer.
Justice, the god of destruction. She
That was
wasn't
Slayer's
supposed to have
writing.
a mind of her own, but suddenly she became self-aware, took control of Gears across the world, and led a rebellion. That rebellion pushed humanity to the brink of destruction. The Tower of Babel, as designed by that man. It was humankind's arrogance and prosperity that brought down God's hammer. If that happened again, would we stand a chance? No. We have to win. We have to do whatever it takes to win.
That's right, Leo. Have to grow some eyebrows. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave it there for now. We got the rest of this, I would say the exciting climax to this story mode in store tomorrow. Yes, thank you for coming to the movies with me, everyone. This was a fun stream. I got to give my thumb a rest. I'm actually enjoying this story mode even more than I remember. It's like, it's good coming back to it. Yeah, popcorn was $8. The floor was kind of sticky. There was a kid talking in the back every time someone showed up. Who's that? Is that man? Who's that man? What's a Valentine? Can we go to Danny Missiles after the movie? But you know what? Still worth coming out. And I appreciate all you guys coming out to view it with me. So, do come back for the thrilling conclusion tomorrow. And then, once we're done with this story mode, we'll be going on to Revelators next week. That one's going to require a bit more paying attention, as unfortunately we don't get a English dub. Yeah, the Sin and Ram scenes are really good. I was looking forward to that birthday train montage when we were getting close to it. Alright, so that'll be it for me, everyone. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you next time. I believe Justinian Knight is streaming tonight over on his channel, so be sure to check that out. I sure hope I have the right day of the week. Yes, I do have the right day of the week. It's Thursday, it's not Friday. Alright? Time ceases to have meaning in the backyard. Alright. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time. Take care.